I want to know that my energy drink is working.
Hey, we're on the internet, by the way. So.
Ooh, we're on the internet.
Oh.
Hello,
5-hour internet.
interneting time.
I want to tell you guys this before, because you guys will appreciate it before we actually get into podcast proper.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can pay for something on LinkedIn, like a super thing that you can pay for, like a super profile or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And one of these new sales douches at the office is like, I already got a sweet LinkedIn profile. You think I should pay for the upgrade? And I'm like,
Totally. Did you convince this motherfucker to do it?
no. I was like, number one, LinkedIn is bullshit. Number two, never, ever, ever pay any money to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Ever. Because only douchebags value LinkedIn. Like, LinkedIn and douchebags value LinkedIn. He's like, but what?
Let's tone that down. As someone who's looking for a job, and many a times it's said, like, you can sign in with LinkedIn because we love it.
Yeah, I do hate that.
I would like to get a job before we disparage.
I hate that anything LinkedIn is immediately like, log in. Mm-hmm. Well, you want to know this thing about that we sent you about this person? Log in. It's like, no. Even if I could remember what my password is.
Has LinkedIn helped you do anything?
No, but it's
okay.
not
Why can't we?
It's helped. Let me know when people have updated their profile information with bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, somebody has asked to connect with you on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
People who have jobs should not have LinkedIn.
Right.
Nor should they be talking about it at work.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you should tell that.
He's using it as a like scummy networking sales tool. Like, hey, we're gonna be buddies on LinkedIn, then you're gonna buy my product.
Ew.
Yeah. He's in sales.
I'm pretty
sales
gross,
scummy
promotionally, and I will never do that.
Scummy sales bastards. And if you're listening to this podcast, scummy sales bastard, I'm sorry. I just couldn't tell you to your face that you're a scummy sales bastard.
You could. Technically, you could.
Well, yeah.
No, but look directly in the camera.
You're scum.
Go ahead. You're on.
Curtis Phillips.
Naming names.
Hey, that's not you. That's the wrong lower third. I gotta fix that.
No, I don't know if that's his last name, but it probably is.
Kurt P.
That's wrong.
You're on notice,
wrong
Kurt.
podcast. There we go. Now we're fixed.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like a Facebook invite from him tomorrow, and then a LinkedIn invite the day after that.
It's gonna be great.
And then,
so did anybody post on the Twitters yet, or?
No?
I do not have. I'm
right.
not fucking with signing.
What?
I don't multi-account on my Twitter client because it's hot garbage.
On
my phone.
I can. If you
if you would.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
All right. Is that the right one?
Mackey's signed into his own, so he's got that covered.
Yeah, I just don't remember. I don't know how to log into the No Quarters account anymore.
Okay.
Like I save passwords, and then my password on every site is reset my password. No, I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That way, if there's a password breach, I'm like, oh, well, fuck it. Because that's my password. Every time I go, I'm like, password.
Whoop, did you just tweet your password?
I almost blocked Brad Shoemaker by doing that.
Oops.
I don't need to block Brad.
You just tweeted your password, though. It just came up.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Do you really just, put in garbage?
Yeah.
How do you repeat it for the second line?
Copy paste.
Okay.
Doesn't always work though. Some sites don't let you do that.
Yeah. That's fascinating though.
But yeah, I'm never going to remember it anyway, so fuck it.
So you're just reset every time you
reset my password.
Reset your password all the time.
You should see what my email looks like.
I feel gross. I just tweeted from Internet Explorer.
Oh God, what are you doing?
Well, I need accounts.
Download TweetDeck.
No,
Good point. I understand.
He's about to switch. He's about to switch operating systems on his phone.
Oh, not on.
Isn't TweetDeck
paid? Download on the desktop machine. Now you see what I'm doing. Yeah. Or you could get the TweetDeck Chrome thing. Yeah, this has got to be fascinating internet.
Hey, that password reset thing sounds like a swell idea.
It actually does. If I didn't have multiple devices that that
Well,
have my passwords.
I did have to
because then you
stop-
have to go in the daisy chain of like I've just the password on the phone and then on the computer and then
I did have to stop doing that for some things because Jen has to have access to it. Like the JEA account for the new house is in my name.
It's just
And it can't just be punch
Well,
keyboard.
and she has one password, so it's like, all right.
How do you ensure that you get like the special character and the
you gotta really punch that keyboard hard.
you gotta be fucking that keyboard up.
You gotta Bork laser that.
Yeah. Suplex that shit.
Yep.
Where do we want to put sports fiends?
First half
or second half? I mean,
Sports friends.
yeah.
Put it.
Put it in the second half because I'm gonna go.
You put it after pinball.
after here or after both pinballs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. That's good.
And I was debating whether to move Walking Dead first half or second half. What do you say? Second?
Yeah.
We
Sure.
played
Not much to say, or you just have to be so vague because
It's both.
yeah. Okay.
And did we? Oh, you already put Forza
played-
Horizon 2 on there.
We
Yeah.
played Barbera Ball. Also, right?
Yeah.
But that one, we'll talk about it when we talk.
It was unbearable. It was unbearable.
Oh, good. You're going back to ball end.
That's good ball movement.
Unbearable. Roar.
even.
I do like that whatever stream that was that we had to cancel.
It's just us laughing maniacally.
Yeah. It was me going. It was us going, and then me going, man, that would be great if we started right in the middle of that and didn't even show the joke that led to it. And he's like, actually, we kind of just did. Like, the timing could not have been better on it.
It's pretty good.
Yes, it could have.
That's great ball movement.
I'm sorry?
It's from NBA 2K14.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. While you guys are talking, I'm gonna curate some Steam.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, set us our language as English so we can do
That's
that
what
shit.
I know.
what he's
That's
doing.
what I'm trying to get.
He's
for.
curating that part.
You will need to set a
Curating the
written
language.
language for this group for your recommendations to show on game pages.
Need the stupid fucking code that they gotta send me to prove I'm me.
Really?
Stupid fucking code.
It's me.
What's your code?
So even though you raised us,
Give me 1 second and I'll tell you.
yeah, it's reset password. But so even though you've given us the highest possible level you could, it still doesn't. It still thinks you're the master.
Basically, yeah, I can't make you like admins. I can make you like moderators.
Moderator,
or something.
yeah.
Moderator.
So you're the only
So my
admin.
code was 9v6 PW, which is useful since you don't have my password or anything. I probably could have just told you
It's
it.
pretty good code.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's like the destiny of codes.
Is it?
Yes.
It's just kind of all right.
Hey, Wrath of Cam is now following you.
Good for you.
All right.
I don't know which account Wrath of Cam is.
Follow this curator. Isn't it me?
Yeah. No,
yes, you will follow No Quarters,
Yes.
the curator.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
complicated. It's
All right.
Just select the It's Complicated.
So where do I
drop-down.
tell it what language?
That
we
gray
use?
bar up.
Oh, gray bar.
Yeah, gray bar.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Our
Lord
Jordan
Gray
language
Bar.
should be
John Gray bar.
You know nothing.
Language shall
Man,
be English.
we were. I think it was Saturday.
Racist.
We didn't want to leave the house to get over. We didn't want to leave the condo to go over to the house to do work.
Yeah.
So like we just had shit TV on in the morning, and like it was like, okay, we're leaving at the end of this show, and then it was Locked Up overseas or Locked Up Abroad, which was basically a show about people who get arrested overseas, and the dude's girlfriend in it, and this is from like 2007, was Ygritte from Game of Thrones. And
Really?
Jen immediately saw her and was like, "Oh, we have to watch this now." Egret's in it, and she had no Scottish accent whatsoever, or whatever accent she had. I
Did
don't know.
anyone know anything in that show?
That's what we kept telling the guy, because she totally scammed this dude, like made him a drug mule.
Oh.
Because it was like, oh, well, it's easy money. We'll go down to Costa Rica. And then,
Wait, was this like a recreation?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but she was the recreated
All right.
girlfriend.
I thought this was like a reality show where they were
No.
telling their stories, and I'm like, wait, she's a
No,
piece
but
of
she
shit.
was the actress who was enacting that.
Right.
Yeah, the scam that she pulled on him. Well, he never knew for sure. He had convinced himself that she got cold feet because she was supposed to mule half of the drugs and he was the other half. And he was convinced that she
was
got
this like
cold feet.
a mule costume?
No,
the
like
half- one
duct
half-
tape, like coating the body in
Oh.
duct tape.
No, you said like he was half, she was half. I was like,
Yeah,
Oh, there's like top secret.
top secret. Yeah.
yeah. They would totally make it through customs
Like
that
a
way.
pantomime horse?
But yeah.
Nay.
So we had to watch that episode with Egret on it.
Understandable.
Okay.
Is it pronounced egret in the television show?
I think so.
No, it's pronounced Igret.
Oh, egret. Okay, she's Italian.
How was it pronounced? Now you've
No,
now you've got
I'm
me
fucking with you
questioning
because
how
of
it was.
Igor.
I don't know because I always my brain always read it as like using part of that
Yeah.
the
But it-
egret.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun watching the entire episode, and every time she showed up, we're like, you know nothing, Frank Thomas.
Big Hurt.
Big Hurt.
Oh man, Big Hurt was a drug mule.
that
Son
poor
of a
guy.
bitch.
I wonder if that means his rookie card's worth more now. I'll dig that on.
Probably got
closet.
drugs in it.
Yeah,
Muleish.
tranquilizers. It's worth an eight.
Apparently
Yeah, no pepper.
apparently
an
a
8 ball.
prison in Colombia is putting the Big Hurt on.
Also, now you should be able to do everything on the no quarters thing.
Oh, sweet.
I went into the permissions, and now owners, officers, and moderators can do.
Oh, I'm an officer.
I want to be an officer.
Can we? Yeah.
Promote me
Man.
to officer.
What are we?
I want to be an officer, and Mackie wants to be a gentleman.
I want to be a fancy lad.
All I can do is demote you to member.
Please don't
Oh.
demote my member.
Demote Chuck.
No.
More about Steam curators.
No, I just leave us as. Let's do a podcast.
Okay.
No, but with all this great content, this is what we should do for
Man,
the
how
next
the
hour.
fuck is Total Biscuit the top curator? Come on.
What the fuck is a total biscuit?
He's a YouTube guy.
He's an internet personality.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck does he do?
He believes in Gamergate.
He yells at people on the internet.
Okay, so that's all I need to know. All I need to know. Scum.
Don't
Gamer? Never mind.
don't ask.
You are so. Oh,
You are
I
so
envy
lucky.
You, I
You are
envy you
so lucky.
much that you literally don't know.
Yes, don't. Just forget,
Now, he
forget
had
the word
no-
came up. Just
You-
stop.
You're like me
No, no, no,
about
no,
6
I-
months ago
yeah.
when like Happy came on a boat. We were on a boat and Happy came on. Everyone's like, "Oh, Happy." I'm like, "What is this?" I never. Everyone's like, "You have never heard Happy? What?" And I was like,
I like your Muppet voice.
"Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that's what?" But I was like, "Oh, this is kind of catchy for the first 5 minutes," and then he just keeps repeating the same thing for the last
Because
5
he's happy.
minutes because he's feral and that's what he
because
does.
he's happy.
I don't think he's feral.
He is.
He's not
feral.
Pharrell.
Feral.
He's happy.
Pharrell.
Yeah.
Because
But yeah.
he's...
Anyway,
That song's in Dance Central now.
Oh, good.
Kind of fun.
Further ensuring that I will never, ever play that game.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
It's good.
Oh, fuck that song. I've heard...
I've actually come around. I didn't like that song first. I kind of like it now. I think because everyone hates it, I like it more.
because
Oh.
you are a terrible troll.
It's catchy.
You know, Pharrell
Pharrell.
is basically the Quincy Jones of our time, if you didn't know that.
I know he's produced
Sort
like
of,
everything.
yeah.
But why would you say that to Quincy Jones? That's insulting.
I just mean I think he's probably been as responsible for as many number one hits as Quincy Jones ever was behind the scenes.
think?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Babyface has written a lot, too. I think Babyface may be
Yeah,
more
but
prolific than
There's
Pharrell.
things if you like. I didn't
Pharrell.
even know
Pharrell.
songs he was behind, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Blurred Lines, actually.
well,
as a matter
yes,
of
Oh,
he's
yeah, well, everyone
in
knew
that.
that one.
Yeah,
So-
but he wrote that and gave
Yeah, I
the
know.
writing
Yeah.
credit away.
Well, like Hollaback
Yeah, 'cause-
Girl. That's him.
Yep. Basically, if a
'Cause that
song has
shit is
annoyed
bananas.
you, if a song has annoyed you in the past 10 years, chances are Pharrell was behind
it's a
it.
Pharrell song.
Pharrell.
Anyway, speaking of roaring, should we
Pharrell.
go?
What?
oh dear.
So,
Don't laugh.
we're leading off with Destiny.
Oh, Destiny.
It's a
Hey!
me,
The
Destinio.
video game of Destiny.
Frank Destiny.
Here to clean your chimney.
Yes, Frank Destiny, the chimney sweep.
Hello,
He's got-
Governor.
He's got level 28 legendary boots. Legendary chimney sweeping boots.
Oh,
Jerome.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah.
we're idiots.
Yep, we are.
Hey,
Hey,
Yes.
fucking no quarters
Hey.
over here.
Hey.
Sweep them chimneys.
all right. So we're good with
Chimney, yes.
Chimney.
Destiny, yes.
well, I mean with everything.
Yeah, I like
just
it.
every-
More like
I'm good with
Destiny.
everything.
Everything.
Period.
Oh,
We're
crap,
good with
There's
the
more
first half.
emails that aren't
Am I
listed on the
right?
bottom there, but I'll get to
I
them.
am like a room without a roof.
What?
He's very wet. He has no protection from the elements.
Mm. Cold in the winter.
So, welcome to No Quarters, episode 64. It's not a fucking video game podcast.
I think we have to start that more properly.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Always
Great.
record.
Blinky lights confirmed.
All right.
Super.
Half-Life 3.
All right, welcome to No Quarters,
Hey!
episode 64. Oh my god.
No quarters. It's a motherfucking video game podcast.
It is. I'm Mackie,
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Harlow.
and we're back. And BJ's back. Welcome
I am.
back.
I'm alive.
We had to taunt you in an episode title the previous.
I know. I could go over to Chuck's
Last
camera
month.
like that.
Yeah, I was temporarily on a farm with all the other video game podcast co-hosts who had to go away for a while and not play video games.
And well, you shouldn't be doing steroids. You know, I hope you've learned your lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Well, all right then. We'll see you in another 7 months.
Do any of us ever learn our lesson?
No, absolutely not.
What do we do on this show?
People never change.
What do we do? We talk video games, dude.
That's right. For
Video games.
I know, it's a
Many
novel
hours in a row.
concept.
I'm just, for
Dudes
BJ's sake.
Dude's getting around the table.
Thank you.
Talking video games.
Okay, that sounds like a show.
And then for the first half, we talk about these video games.
Yeah, and then the second half,
then we
talk
end,
about more-
then we end for a little while, and then we talk about some more video games.
do we rate these video games on a 1
we
to
do
5
not.
sliding scale?
No, if you rate the video games, it must be on the most ludicrous scale possible.
Oh, okay. So all right.
You make up something
Yeah,
every time.
I got
Okay.
it. I got this.
The scale is best game ever or internet hate game.
No, I got this. I'll take care
All
of it.
right.
All right.
I will
Cool.
rate all the games on a ludicrous scale.
BJ's on
Sweet.
it.
So let's get going. Biggest one, Destiny.
Yes.
Talked about the beta. Talked about the alpha. Real game is out.
Yes, Charlie is here.
Yes.
3 of you guys have played it.
Not Charlie.
I have not.
Destiny Zeta.
Beta's, yeah. Alpha, Beta.
Omega.
Omega.
The Omega
no,
version.
Omega's the last one.
I know.
Oh.
This is the last
oh,
gold.
it is.
This is gold.
No, there'll be a Game of the Year version. This is like Delta at the least.
Will there?
Probably.
Or will there be a gold version?
Probably a
Gamma?
gold.
What did they call the Game of the Year version when the
Alpha,
game
Beta,
didn't win any
Gamma,
Game of the
sure.
Year awards?
Game of the Year edition.
They would
Goaty.
just still call it
They
that.
still call it that, yes.
They'd make up their own publication and be like,
Exactly.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
90.
Yeah.
There, you can buy a Game of the Year
Yeah. You totally can.
tag
From official
for your-
Bungie magazine says Game of the
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah.
Official Destiny magazine rates Destiny the
best-
Destiny of the year.
Destiny fan site number 1 says Destiny was the best game of the year.
Bungie says best game we've put out this year. Yeah.
Yep. That's how they do it.
Yep.
So Destiny,
Yeah.
it's out,
Sure is.
and reviews are mixed,
Uh-huh.
to say the least.
As they should be.
Yeah,
I was pretty high on both the alpha and the beta.
I believe you called it your new Borderlands.
I was thinking that's how it was feeling. That's when you have 6 levels to play. That's how it was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then you play the real game and you get to like level 8 and you're like, huh, huh. So I've been to the moon
All right.
Yeah.
and then I went to Venus.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow,
Ooh,
Venus.
what's Venus like?
It looks like Earth.
Yeah.
Does it? Did
It's
they
got-
make Venus earthy?
It's got a little bit of fog on it, but otherwise you're just running around.
It's
got
Earth
They didn't make it
mountains
like
and
purple.
trees.
It's like a
All
college campus that you're running
Really?
around on.
Does it have grass?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like green grass?
Oh, yeah. They've been terraforming or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Oh,
There's some fly traps.
wait, so they copped out with that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. You just hang. Venus
Well,
is
didn't they
basically
say
Earth
that-
too.
all right,
Hey, look,
The-
all right, the thing, the
the-
Guardian, the thing.
Not
that-
the Guardian. It's the
Oh yeah, the
big
the
Uatu,
Traveler.
the Watcher. I don't
Traveler.
know.
The Traveler.
Traveler.
That's
That's it.
Yeah, the Traveler showed up and basically was like, "Hey, let's terraform and make all this shit
Yeah.
livable."
And terraformed all
Okay.
the planets.
It didn't say anything.
Did they do
It
that
just-
for Mars as well,
Yes.
or is Mars red?
No, it's still red, but I mean,
Mars
it's
is
like
reddish.
livable.
Okay.
Livable.
So you've played the game to quote unquote completion
No.
as far as the story goes.
Well, I've played it to my completion, I think, but no, I've not.
Okay.
I also have not, and am not going to.
Yeah, I've heard that from a few people. And BJ, you rented it, so you
I
haven't.
did, and I'm still technically renting it at this
Yeah.
very moment. Actually, I will.
He wants us to wrap it up. So
I
we
will
can
be
get back
re-renting it in 53 minutes. I think.
We'll make this half short so you can
yeah,
get to the
hurry up.
red box.
That's on Mars. You should get there.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna take a while. That's why I have to fucking go. I'm only gonna have like 9 minutes to get to Mars. I think it's only
Get
30
your ass.
seconds.
Get your ass.
But I've only made it up to level 6, and I've done like 5 story missions or so, something like that. I would like to complete the story mode of this game, sort of.
You're not going to.
You don't think so?
No.
Why don't
Why
you
not?
think I'm going to make it?
Well,
Do you not have faith in me, Chuck?
it doesn't really have anything to do with you. It has to do with the game. I think at some point, I think you will hit a point like I did, which happened to me last night, where I was like, you know what? This is work. And not like, I got to do cool things to get certain places in a video game work. This is like, I have to do this process over and over and over again, and I'm not getting anything out of it. There's no reward for anything I'm doing. And I'm not even talking about the loot. I know the internet is all freaking out about loot. This never at any point have I been in any way interested in anything that has been given to me in this game. I've used no currency. I have not. All the things I've collected, I've done nothing with. You find raw materials.
Didn't, switch over your guns when you got new ones?
No, I mean, I switched guns and stuff like that. But I mean, nothing is like, oh my god, I have an uber gun. Nothing in this game, in that sense, is any different to me than something like Dragon Warrior.
No, I thought maybe that's why you were having trouble. If you were like still shooting a thing that does 5 damage from the very first gun.
No,
might prove to be a problem later.
No, when I get something that's got a higher number on it, I equip that.
Switch out for that, yeah.
But there's nothing. I mean.
That's how you play that kind of game.
I obviously had a falling out with Gearbox and gave up on Borderlands, but the parts of Borderlands that I played, and I played a good chunk of Borderlands, that game has character, that game has heart, that game has... the world feels alive. Destiny just feels like you're doing some stuff over and over and over again, and in the background, there are 6 online assholes jumping around, not doing anything of consequence.
I would... pretty much I wouldn't have articulated that, but I 100% agree with that. To my surprise, actually.
Well, I think the first thing you said the day it came out, Chuck, was that it's
a meat and potatoes game on a very pretty plate.
Yeah.
And I would actually go a step further. I would actually say, to me, my problem with it is less that it feels like work, it feels like high school. And I'm going to explain.
You got to show up at 7:30.
No,
and
it's like, well, no, because
ding goes the bell, and then
there are like these little cliques you can join, and like you go over here, and this guy's like, hey, if you do nothing but these like arena matches and things like that, and get these banners, then I'll give you cool stuff. And this guy's like, no, if you do this, I'll give you cool stuff eventually. If you got in, farm this forever.
Do you have to choose one or the other in some of these things? Okay, just checking.
No, because I don't
you would
know
spend
how your entire life.
Okay.
I mean, there'd be no reason to go for both because.
I will be. I may ask some questions that seem kind of silly, but it's because I haven't gotten into. I've tasted some of the potatoes, but I haven't gotten.
And it's not like I've gone for those things. They're all like level 20 stuff. That's like I'm at the end of the game. I guess I'm going to go do nothing but PvP for. 3 months and hope that I get enough banners to get this set of armor or whatever.
Oh, that's right, because there are those 2 like Crucible factions, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think there's more. Anyway.
Yeah. But I haven't played it yet. So what I've heard is everything on Twitter where it's a very distinct line where there are people that absolutely love it and are like, this game is fantastic. I don't get why people don't get it. And why does everyone hate it so much? And then there's the other half that are like, I liked it at first, but eventually I was like, fuck this game. And it seems to be mostly people that maxed out their character and then had to start farming stuff.
Yeah.
And we're basically like kind of like you, Chuck, where it was like, this isn't fun anymore. Like, this was fun, but suddenly I realize I keep coming back constantly, but I'm not having any fun.
Yeah. Well,
and
to take that a step further, I think what its biggest crime against loot-based gaming is that
no loot.
Well, there's very little loot dropping, really. I mean, you're lucky if you get anything. And
that's been the huge complaint.
And then, like, if you do get something, I mean, besides, armor to a small extent, but, like, the biggest one is you'll go, like, oh, sweet, I got a new sniper rifle. It does X amount more damage. But then, if you've been using one for any period of time, you have unlocked little bonuses for that gun. But it's only that gun.
Yeah.
It's not like I've leveled up my skill in sniper rifling.
The skills are based on that gun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think that's I don't have a problem with that. I think that's kind of interesting.
Do it 3 times and then tell me.
Okay.
Level up 3 guns because it's about that long before a new one will drop, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I can do 20 more damage, but then I lose this bonus and this bonus and this bonus.
What I've been hearing so much is that it seems to be taking a lot of free-to-play mechanics and putting them in this game, and it doesn't seem to have a reason for them. Because there aren't microtransactions as far as I know, right? Like, there's none of that stuff where it's like, oh, buy this and you can get more materials or whatever.
No.
Because the other complaint I've heard is that there are a ton of different currencies or materials or whatever it is.
Looks like it so far.
Yeah, there's a ton of those, which is
There's a separate
free
menu
to play thing because you
for
just
that.
get confused.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's easy to make it not clear what you're paying for by the end. And that's why free to plays have, you have energy and you have money and you have money and you have materials
Double
and you have
dollars,
this.
yeah.
And it's like, well, you can buy this for this much, but then that converts to this. It's like that whole
There's no
hide it
conversion
behind
so
enough
far as
layers.
I can tell.
Yeah,
Which
but
is weird.
It seems to have that, and it seems to have the loot drop rates of a free to play, where it's like, yeah, if you keep doing this, you might get something eventually, but probably not. Just so you know, and that seems to be what's going on with it. Is it seems very much everything everyone described, and like I said, not having played it, everything everyone's described sounds like a free to play MMO, except everyone paid $60 for it, or even more if they bought a season pass or whatever. And does that worry you guys?
It doesn't.
About the future of gaming?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say about this. I was like, no, I'm over it. I just might be over it.
About this game,
But
not really.
It seems like people are already complaining enough that maybe this won't take off.
I don't think that they're going to go that route with specifically this game. I think it's just a design. It's a design cue from. It's a design cue that they're taking from other games that are like this, like Warframe. Warframe is doing reasonably well with people. So I think they're just taking design cues and like, hey, they're doing that. They've got 9 different currencies. Maybe that's what people like is 9 different currencies. Let's put 30 in our game. But like, I want to make a point about the loot that kind of just occurred to me, and it is going from a Borderlands-y, because that's the loot game that I have the most experience with, especially lately. Going from a game like that where everything drops like 100 guns, every enemy drops 100 guns. This game, you get far, far less, but you're also trading in far, far less, and there's far less loot sorting. Now, granted, grain of salt, because I've only made it 4 hours into this game, but part of me definitely appreciates not having a shitload of loot to sort through and like, I've got 90 pieces of armor. How do I compare all of them?
It's not overwhelming like that, which is kind of nice, but also it feels like you can play the game for 90 minutes
and get nothing.
And if you don't find the little glowing triangle that is a loot drop before you end that level, you absolutely don't get anything out of it. And I'm not playing it to get something out of it, but I just think that if they're going to be giving you upgrades and stuff like that, it should be obvious, like, hey, there's a thing over here.
Yeah, that was something that I was going to speak to mechanically, is I have no idea what any of this shit is.
The triangles are items.
Are they? Because there's a blob on my screen. There's a glowy circle. Maybe it's a triangle. It's some sort of...
Yeah, like the cubes are your ammo. Triangle is a thing, and then there's like some dodecahedron cube that is a special item that may turn into something good, but probably won't.
Because I don't really see the stuff on the ground. Like, I've done a couple of those where the darkness surrounds you for no fucking reason, and you if you die, you have to start that portion over. I guess it's sort of instanced or something. But then at the end, when I finally beat the big bad, and this is the part where I would go collect my ammo. The first time I was like, 6 seconds left. What the... Wait, what? 6 seconds? Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
So... I mean, and there's no, like... I'm going to keep referring to Borderlands. I'm sorry to...
No, it's fine. It's the next closest thing there is.
But when an item falls on the ground in Borderlands, you have that little spire that comes up out of it. And it's... I never thought that I would say that something in Borderlands is simple and elegant, but it is. It gets annoying when there are a billion of them on your screen, but just that little spire that comes up 2 feet out of the ground that says, "Hey, there's an item here. Come get it."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
something like that.
The indicator is just not
simple.
There. And
Borderlands would have been better had, kind of speaking to what you were saying, where if there was only like 2 or 3 big ones that came up, like when we'd kill Cromarax, there would be literally 75, 80 things laying on the ground every single time. And it's like, you know what? Maybe you only needed 10 really good things. and just get rid of the trash because I don't care about it. And this seems to have gone the opposite direction of, all right, the only thing you're going to get is one really good thing. But then it's not even a really good thing sometimes.
It's not.
I believe if you're on any kind of a mission that can time out, one of those things that ticks down and kicks you back out, I believe if it's a green or better item, it will be waiting in your mailbox if you forgot to pick it up.
Oh, okay. I see. I didn't know that.
I think it has a lost and found, like I forgot to pick shit up.
Oh,
system.
Okay.
Well,
it's never communicated that to me at all.
It's not.
It
That's
also
good.
has not communicated fuck all. I mean, there
really
was no tutorial. Like, fine.
No, you're playing the tutorial.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
The single player,
campaign is
for the rest
the
of
way
bullshit.
everyone keeps talking about this game. It basically sounds like the single player
But
campaign
it is
is the
not
tutorial.
like and fine. It's fine for you to assume that I am an adult and I've played games before, and it's about time that games assume we know how to play them if they're sort of a certain genre. As long as they don't go, sort of out of the way, or out of the off the beaten path.
But you gotta explain your specific stuff.
You need to explain your things.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me that I move with the left stick and look with the right stick and I jump with
Right.
with X and I. Now,
but tell me what your glowing triangle means.
exactly. And also make sure to tell me that R1 is melee at some point in a clear fashion. So I'm not.
I'm always hitting the right stick in.
Yep.
I'm pushing R3 all the time.
Every other fucking game does.
We've all been trained to do
that.
it. What does R3 do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a fucking thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't actively dislike it. It's just like, I mean, I played through like Halo 4 start to finish, and I know it's a different team and everything, but I'm just equating it to this. I played through the whole thing and I was just like, well, that was a game. And this one is just like, they don't seem interested at all in their story, especially have they been saying,
considering they've shuttled most of it to the website.
Yeah. So it's just like, if you don't care, I don't care. And I really don't. They actually I got to a point where they introduced, like, you went to this rift or something where
the Oculus.
There's just people hanging out, and all of a sudden it started like a cutscene, which was new to me. 12 hours into the game or whatever, just like, who are these characters? Why is there voice acting all of a sudden? What's happening? And I realized at that point I was so far removed from it.
Is that what the Grimoire stuff is?
Yeah.
Do I have to go to the website and read?
All of those are on the website.
Yeah.
But do I have to go read them to know what's going on in this world?
Probably.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Hey,
I don't.
no reading in video games.
Right. I don't begrudge a little reading every now and again, but if you're going to serve me a $60 package of game, you should
it's
probably
Give us a Mass Effect Codex.
It's Bungie. They probably couldn't afford voice actors stuff.
like really?
Well, that's honestly that's what I've heard from a few people now. Is
They had
that
to
is that
shrink their
other
budget for
other
voice
devs
actors?
other devs are honestly like, what were you guys doing for 5 years? Is that seems to be the common question that they're all asking, because they're like, give us 5 years to make something and not cut us off and just go get the shit out the door.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're all like, we're kind of wondering what the hell was happening over there for 5 years, because give the rest of us 5 years, and they're and granted, everyone's got ego, but they're kind of convinced like we could probably do better than this.
I kind of have to
think
wonder if like they made some really batshit terrible story, and at the very end,
That's never stopped them in the past.
No, but I mean, not like super serious and up its own ass. I'm talking about like just super dumb. Like
I'm wondering if they had some mechanic that was major that didn't work, and they took it out.
That's got to
maybe
that had to be what happened, because it seems now what I keep hearing from people, because of the complaints about the loot, is this game has a profound disrespect for the player's time.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You could play for 3 hours and get jack shit. Like when I read that story from Patrick Klepek on Giant Bomb about the first guys to do the big raid that took 10 hours to beat it and got nothing. They got the EPing to be able to say, hey, we beat it first.
Didn't they actually get some loot? It just
They said
was,
they got
was
like
kind of pitiful.
Basically materials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's the thing too, is apparently you can get like the highest level loot that won't work for your character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, like being the first guys and spending 10 hours, that's I don't want to say that those guys deserved anything more than the fact that everybody knows that they were the first to do it.
No,
spending 10 hours doesn't like just because you were the first guys to do it doesn't guarantee you some sort of legendary loot.
No.
You get the same, you get the same as everybody else. You figure it out, and then you run that thing in 29 minutes, time and time again. But the problem is that everybody else has been running this. What is it? The Vault of Glass? Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Has been running that like 1,000 billion times and getting jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't think that those guys are a part of the equation
but
for this.
Even the first people to do it on...
Congratulations to them. That was awesome.
Even the first people to do some crazy raid on WoW got something out of it at the end of it. And that's kind of, I think, the issue everyone's having is games, even ever since really Call of Duty, even multiplayer has to be giving us something for winning. Like Counter-Strike, it was just, you won.
Right.
Congrats, you won. And that's it.
Now you get
and people were fine.
bullshit.
But now it's like games can't go back. That Pandora's box has been open. And it's like, well, every fucking multiplayer thing has to have some kind of progression. Every sort of story, especially something like this, it's not just, hooray, you beat the boss. Good job. It's like for everything else, giving you progression to go through the game and getting to the max level point and being like, well, you have to get better armor to upgrade your guy, which I still don't quite understand how it all works, but...
Magic.
Because you hit level 20, but then you have to level up your weapons and armor and everything to get level 27, 28, all that. But to get there and do, like, basically the biggest thing in the game and get nothing. Like, I can't imagine if we had beat Cromorax for that first time, because I think we were all together in a party when we did it.
Mm-hmm.
If we had just killed him...
like $5.
Yeah. And it just... Or it was just like, all right. Because I think there were bosses that we killed in Borderlands that didn't drop shit or drop like a couple things and we're like, well, fuck that. We're never doing that again.
Yeah.
And then we went to the things that, Cromorax gave us shit.
Right.
So we're like, all right, let's go kill that thing again.
Right. We also, I mean...
And that became part of the game for us was, well, maybe we'll get that cyan-colored thing now.
Yeah.
or pearlescent or whatever the hell they were
never.
called.
Did we ever? Not on
No,
them.
We never got
I think I got
pearlescent.
one.
I got
the only person that got
No,
it.
I got one like off a random dude. Just like the most random guy. I was like, holy shit, that's that thing. There it is.
we got cyans, but we never got pearlescent stuff. Like,
oh, I think I got something somewhere.
I mean, off of
for-
Cromorax.
Yeah.
Off of
but
Crumby Slabs.
Either way, but that became kind of part of the game. Was like, all right, let's do this again. And and it was still challenging because it was like, all right, we each had a role to do. Like, I would be the guy who'd be running around madly.
Okay, you run. The rest of us will also run. Every
No,
time
but it was reset my password.
reset your
Hey,
password.
Who's playing?
Sorry.
Did that say Zune?
Apparently, if you hit enter on the wrong spot on the YouTube page, it's like, that means play.
Fun.
Yeah, but I mean, we each had a role to do, and it sounds much like what this is, but this is very much email looks like. All right.
You know what?
Keep playing our video.
When you start typing in the chat, it's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with
might
it. But
want to
you
mute your computer.
Yeah. Just
Well, I
mute
can't
the
computer.
Just mute the
did, the live stream.
YouTube thing. Yeah. It's weird. It's fucked up. I don't know why it does
Yeah,
it.
they've broken it lately.
I didn't think to warn anybody of that. I thought it was just a glitch on my computer.
No. I've already done it on mine. But.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, each of us had a role, and it sounds like this has a thing where everyone has a role to play, but it's very complicated as far as like, all right, somebody has to be holding down one area while the other people go to another. And
It's
I mean,
like-
it sounds like a very complex,
it's a puzzly
fun thing.
puzzly raid thing.
I mean, that sounds fun. Give me something for it. It's not
Yeah.
that hard. And I don't know. I just I don't get design like that where it's taking all of the honestly what sounds like all the bad elements of a free to play MMO and using those and none of the good elements of the stuff like that people actually enjoy playing them for.
Yeah. That's what it kind of sounds like. And they even just released something to do with some queen, which I think is probably in a grimoire somewhere that you have to go open up at Bungie, part of the story.
It's like, what is it called? Queen's Wrath or something
like that.
Jens
And
actually
apparently
wrote us about this. But
Oh, did he write us an email or was it the tweet?
It was a tweet.
Okay. You want to just kind of go over what he said?
Because basically what it
it's
sounds like
pertinent.
is kind of like, we'll get to it later on in Mobile Corner, but when free-to-plays have like a weekly event, it's like, all right, do this, and then you can, if you're in a certain rank or whatever, you'll get this at the end of it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what they're doing is it's like, all right, you do this run, you'll get, you have the chance to get whatever at the end of it. But it's only for this week. And then it's gone. And that's kind of what Jens wrote about. He said, the idea of permanently missing out on loot is deeply offensive to me. Not sure I'll get a listener mail on time, but it's something I'd definitely love to hear from the gang's perspective. So he's wondering about, like, basically, time limited loot. Like,
I have zero problem with that.
I don't have a
actually.
problem with it either.
Yeah.
I have zero problem with it. The problem that I have, which is apparently not what he wrote us about, somebody else was writing about it on Twitter, which is there's some sort of issue with, like, you can, in today's or this week's Queen's Bounty, there's a requirement of a rank 2 to do it. You cannot attain rank 2 currently. It is impossible to attain rank 2. So to complete this thing that is a limited time, you have to attain something that is impossible to attain.
That sounds
that is like that is mechanically impossible to attain in this game.
They're getting it figured out. I mean,
that's a thing that you would think should not be fucking broken.
Yeah, but I mean, it's less than a month since it's come out, and
But that 5 years.
I know.
I
know.
Do you want me to say a positive thing about Destiny?
Sure.
It worked exactly at 3:01 a.m. on the unlocked time.
That is correct. That is something. That's what they spent 5 years on, was the server
make
optimization.
sure it wouldn't crash.
we were all prepared for that, for people to just be pissed that entire day.
It worked. I had like the briefest of like, oh, it can't talk to the server, like because you have the countdown clock on the PS4, and I was like, go. And then
You hit the button too early. Was
I
probably
did. And then all of a sudden it was like, it was like, okay, agree to terms and conditions, start the game, can't talk to server, and I was like, that's to be expected. Here, try again. Oh, I'm in, and now I'm playing, and now I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, that is something
Like,
that I.
It was like half a hiccup. Like,
The silence was deafening on that, and nobody fucking mentioned it. And I think we briefly talked about it a couple weeks ago.
First time that has ever happened on a big scale thing like this.
Man.
At least lately.
No, I think ever.
So glad we didn't launch window.
Apparently, you didn't try to
We
play
would've been in trouble.
WoW or Star Wars Galaxies or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is something that really is worthy of some praise, because that does not fucking happen. Maybe people just weren't playing it.
Well, maybe that. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe people were like just assumed it was going to be fucked up. They're like, I'll get to it tomorrow.
But it was
That could have been part of it.
Yeah.
But it was breaking around the world, breaking in the releasing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But to get back to Jens's question, I don't have a problem with it anymore. I have a problem with it existing because it preys on people like me who are like, I've done everything in this game, and now I can never do this one thing. And Star Wars Galaxies did it, where there were a lot of limited time things. Like if you wanted the X-wing flight suit, you had to beat this one mission within a certain time frame, and I got it, and I was like, yes. And then I realized that thing was utterly fucking useless in the game. And there's plenty, like Tiny Death Star. I did all these things that were time limited. That was like, all right, I did this thing, and then I realized all it is that little carrot to keep you coming back to it.
Yes.
And unless that is the only game you're playing, there's no point in sticking with that, in being like, I gotta have that, I gotta get this, I can't not have that. And because especially if they're going with the free to play model, that shit from whatever this Queen's Bounty thing is going to be useless in a month.
It's going to be useless tomorrow.
Everything you're going to get in the next one is going to be twice as good, and then the one after that's going to be twice as good at that, and it just becomes this ramp of stuff where everything that you collected for all this time is just worthless because
I've seen
the next thing you collect is better.
I've seen so much limited time fluff over over my entire gaming career that none of that shit really phases me. Like,
it would bother me if it were a game I cared about.
Not a big deal.
Like if Diablo started doing that, which I know we're going to talk about in a second, but if a game I cared about started doing it, I would start caring about it, especially if I missed it. I'd be like, damn it, I didn't get that. But I think the bigger problem is this speaks to we've hypothesized about this before when we're talking about mobile games and things of like when is all this mobile game free to play bullshit going to affect real games? It has. Yeah. It's here. I mean, that is very much like a tiny tower bullshit Farmville mechanic of come back tomorrow, and you wait and do that. And apparently when you're at level 20, that's a big part of everything, is you can only do certain things so many times a day, and then it's like, you're done playing now, come back tomorrow.
Yeah, but on the same token, that's new content, and it's coming regularly.
I won't begrudge new content. And plus, there are people, I mean, I guess you can only do the raids once in a while, but you can still do things. You don't have to just stop playing.
I know, I'm just...
that one's not a strict free-to-play. Or it doesn't. It's not enforcing a strict free-to-play.
No, I'm just saying
to
it's very much like we were wondering when it was going to influence big games. I think it has now, probably for the worst.
That has always been our destiny.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
On that note,
but if you want to talk about Destiny's biggest flaw, we have to move on to our next game.
I didn't even get to complain about all the things I wanted to complain about with Destiny.
I think we've done enough complaining.
Can I
Half
sum
hour
something?
of complaining?
Yeah, there are things that I didn't get to touch on. Like I think that the movement is inferior to many things I've played.
Okay.
There's complaints, but
right.
the weird thing is all the complaints I have, and I'll sum up and we'll be done. With all the complaints I have, I still do actually want to go back and play it some, and I don't hate it. Mm-hmm. It's just there are a lot of glaring flaws. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
I'm done.
That's a common theme.
It's pretty.
I want to go back to it, even though I don't know if I'm enjoying playing it. That's what I've heard from so many people.
if there was another game out, this thing would not be as popular as it is.
Well,
It
wait a
struck
couple
at
weeks.
such the right time.
She's hot, but
Roddy-
she's stupid.
Roddy Piper threw me the sunglasses. I put them on, and I'm not looking back, man. So
Understandable. You don't have to because you have.
I have Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition PS4.
I have that.
Yeah.
I
So
don't. I'm gonna read Twitter now.
that came out before
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yep, a couple weeks.
That highly influenced my opinion on Destiny. I have a feeling because it's fun.
It is.
That's the sum up.
I
mean,
remember when we tried to play Diablo on PC when it came out in 2012, and I was like, I am not feeling this game. I'm not having the fun that I remember having in Diablo 2. As soon as I played this on the PS4 with a controller with direct control over my guy, that changed everything about this game.
Yeah.
Everything about it is completely different. It is now like the world's best brawler. And you just have friends who can hop in and are like, all right, let's go just kill some shit. And stuff is exploding everywhere and there's loot dropping all over the place. And it is a fun arcade game is what it is now. It's not an RPG. It's an arcade game where you can level up.
Yeah, I just want to throw out the comparison to the Torchlight Xbox 360 or XBLA. Was it XBLA? Something like there's
It was
downloadable.
yeah.
I just want to throw out the comparison to that because from everything I can tell, going from Torchlight to Torchlight Xbox is very similar. Going from Diablo 3 to Diablo 3 PS4 or whatever, because it just.
I played a shitload of Torchlight, and then it came out on the Xbox, and I was like, I guess I'll get this because I really enjoyed this game, and I want to support them. And I was like, fuck,
Holy shit.
I'm playing this 1,000 more hours.
So there is. I just want to sort of put the comparison on the control scheme, which is that
it worked.
It's always worked for stuff like action games like Champions of Norath and all the little EverQuest isometric things, but it really hits home when you have a good game and a tight control scheme, and it's.
I think about a couple years ago, like before Torchlight came to consoles, like chasing this dragon, no pun intended, of like trying to get that feel of playing Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, but even more so like the Hunter the Reckoning games. Like when those I was chasing that high from playing the Hunter games since PS2 era, and this is it. I mean, like this is the game you want. I mean, like a dual stick brawling. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It's that too. I mean, it's that.
I mean, it's basically the best game of Gauntlet you've ever played.
Yeah.
Because you can run around and then all of a sudden, hey, look, I just picked up an axe that lights shit on fire. Gauntlet didn't do that. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 4 guys just running around, shit's blowing up everywhere. It's also, I love it. Like it's like they've thought of everything that I would have thought, like that I would have been like, oh no, I don't want to do that. They're like, nope, yeah, you can do that. They fixed all of the annoying time sink shit that was in Diablo 2 and really this game earlier on, where it's like, oh, you want to go back to town? Yeah, just hit right on the D-pad.
Yep.
And you can warp back to town. Is
that all it takes to do?
Well, it's a town portal.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you have to sit there and wait for 10 seconds.
Yeah, where he does his little spell. But still, just
so you
like
can't run away from a boss and do it,
right?
Basically, but
still, that's a nice thing because that's intrinsic to the Diablo experiences.
Yeah, and it's like they've just made it as convenient as possible to play that game because there's always the teleport points that you have. You just hop on the map and they're all there. They're all over the place. I mean, they seem more frequent than they were. I don't know if that's the case because my memory's working from 2 years ago.
Don't know either. But and I put a lot more time in Diablo 3 on the PC than you did.
Yeah.
Still, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I mean, they're everywhere. It's just, it is so easy to join people in game because even if your level is not even close to your friends, it levels you up automatically, or at least boosts all your stats so you can still run around and kill things, and you'll be somewhat close to where your friend is. So you can join a level 60 guy if you're level 3 and still have fun and not just be the guy who's trailing behind going, all right, cool, I watched you kill all that shit. That was fun. Because that's how Diablo 2 was. I just remember people running me through the game like, all right, let's do the speedrun so you can unlock everything. And just watching this person decimate everything in front of me while I'm just kind of trucking behind them. And this one's like, nope, here, you're upgraded so you can start killing shit too.
Nice.
Yeah. And Harlan and I have been playing together hardcore.
Yeah.
We started our hardcore characters at the same time.
Oh my god, are you guys playing like co-op through it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only time we
intense.
play those characters is if,
Which console are you guys playing it on?
PS4.
PS4, okay.
Which is weird because a lot of people went on the
A lot of people went bone on that
Man,
one, yeah.
my Xbox friends list was all Diablo for a long time.
I think just a lot of people bought that game in general.
Yeah.
but it
Again,
seems
like
like
Chuck
everybody-
said, it hit at the right time.
Yeah.
It was like mid-August.
There was
ain't
nothing
shit
out.
out.
Yeah,
it
but-
was that or Madden.
It seems like all the Expo people are still playing it there, though, and everyone on my PS4 list is switched to Destiny.
I wonder what that says about Destiny.
I don't know.
Well, I just
I think it's just the interesting game on Destiny or on PS4 right now.
But it's on both. That's what I mean. I don't get it.
but the perception is that it's not that it's a Sony game, but that it's like better on.
They do keep
PS4.
saying that.
Yeah.
Better on PS4.
Well, they're only allowed to advertise that it was on the PS4.
Yeah,
Is that the way?
Yeah, Sony
Yeah.
had a contract.
Oh, that's weird and scummy.
Yeah,
Because
it
they made
happens.
that, the
Yeah.
special Destiny edition or whatever.
Oh man, that I hate the part of me that so badly wants a glacier white PS4.
Why,
I'm
so
so
it can look dustier?
No, it looks fucking cool. I like that design
Does it look
aesthetic.
cool?
I like
Glacier
yeah.
looks cool?
Cheetos
I like-
fingerprints all over it.
I won't put my fucking Cheetos hands on it. I'll have a little
Sure.
stack of wipes on the.
That's good.
Yeah,
Wipes are good.
yeah, so I can wipe my
Yeah,
Cheeto hands.
little baby wipes.
I'm not gonna have Cheeto hands anyway because
because you're a goddamn adult.
I'm an adult. Well, I will have Cheeto hands at some point, but
Yeah,
not
you-
while I'm.
You know how to
Putting my-
lick them properly.
Exactly, and I'm not going to be putting Cheeto hands all over my fucking PS4 controller because I'm an adult. I just pour
exactly.
those fuckers from the bag right into my face when I'm playing games.
It's like an adult.
Yeah, like an adult. I can grab my Gamer Grub pouch and a bottle of Dew.
doesn't eat the Cheetos in the first place.
Fuck you, adults eat Cheetos.
Yeah, what the fuck's your
Don't
problem?
put me down.
Who do you think you are?
Don't limit me.
Yeah.
I won't take your constraints.
Cheetos are good.
I won't take your constraints.
I'm not a part of your world, man.
Yeah.
But I honestly
You're
like.
Plymouth Rock trying to land on me here.
I swear to God, I might. If it goes on sale on Xbox One at some point, I'm probably going to buy Diablo 3 there too.
No,
Oh, don't do
I
that.
will not. I can guarantee you, if it had some sort of cross-saving thing, yes, but no.
Nah,
Sorry.
I want to buy it now. Damn it.
it's good. It's really.
I'm
good.
glad I rented Destiny. Is really the takeaway from today's episode.
I'm glad I bought Diablo instead of Destiny. Because
Yeah.
I know you guys are. You've already sold your copies, so.
I can't sell mine.
Oh, you digital it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I sold mine this morning
yeah. That's how I
for
fe-
more
man,
than I paid for it.
Really?
Nice job. Yeah.
How did you get a sweet deal on
Yeah,
it?
sweet deal.
Nice. And you
Yeah.
gouged someone else for.
They didn't get the sweet deal.
I do. I enjoy the fact that
Leaving
this
them hanging.
this
Look at
this generation is
Smarmy jerk.
come out with black consoles first, and whites are special.
Yeah, I know. Whereas before it was
Yeah.
gray
Man.
and other.
I don't want a white console. I think black consoles are awesome and they match my entertainment center.
It matches your
They
entertainment.
blend,
hide.
yeah.
They just hide.
I just don't know when.
Who
this
has a white
happens.
entertainment center?
Yeah. Who has a white, AV receiver?
IKEA.
Yeah, I was gonna say anybody with anything
Yeah.
IKEA, because white is the one you can buy.
Nah, and
but
you
I
paint that shit black.
I honestly think it looks stark and interesting, and it matches my 360 sort of.
Yep.
Anywho. But yes,
Anyhow.
I've played a lot of Diablo 3 on the PS4.
Yeah.
I have
You're close to
three-
almost all the trophies, aren't you?
Well, I have 3 level
All
70
them tropes.
characters and
Damn,
2
son.
that are pretty close.
That's 210 levels.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have
Our Crusaders
Plus-
are going to keep going through.
I'm gonna
hardcore.
have every class as level 70. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and throw that out there.
Is that 4 classes in the
Six.
Diablos? 6 classes in the
Yeah.
Diablos?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, how many hours would you say we've played those hardcore characters? Maybe like 4.
Yeah, it's
4, maybe 5, and
Not a
when
lot.
they're both level 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there. So I mean, it's
We're high
and I
enough
know
that-
I know the ramp goes up a lot
yeah,
higher.
we're high enough that we could have socket items. Which I'm going to throw out the pro tip: if you open up adventure mode, if you haven't figured this out already, when you're in adventure mode, your hardcore game and your normal games are separated. So you're going to have to upgrade your blacksmith, the gem guy, and the enchanter lady all over again, and your stash is completely separate too. So, but when you completed a game, you can go farm level 70 jewels, and as soon as you get a character up to level 23 or whatever it is, where you start getting socketed weapons, you put a level 70 gem in there, and you will just murder everything until about level 50. Just absolutely murder everything.
Give me a level 70 gem, dude.
I can in the regular game.
Oh, that's right. Hardcore segments everything. I do want to see if the hardcore stuff carries over, or if it's like its own little island separate from the regular game. Because if I get level 70 there and it's like, all right, now make another hardcore guy, I'm like, nope.
No, I'm pretty sure they're completely separated. I don't think like suddenly when you hit level 70, it's going to be like, here, have your single player stuff, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's completely separated.
Right.
But once you level up your vendors, those are across,
Yeah.
everything, all your characters.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah. So anywho,
Anyway, I played a game on the Xbox One. Only on the Xbox One.
Only on Xbox.
Actually, not even on the Xbox Ones you can get right now because they don't have Kinect.
well, they do still sell that one.
Nah, people don't want that one.
Okay.
$3.99, man.
Nobody likes Kinect.
But if you do have a Kinect, you can get Dance Central Spotlight for $10.
All right.
Remember Dance Central?
I precisely have a sample size of 1, but from what I hear from that sample size, don't buy that game.
I can kind of agree with that sample. Mm-hmm. Because...
Well, it's you. You were my sample.
Oh. Well. Yeah, then I definitely agree with myself.
Yeah, you
So
should.
thank you. But no, it's kind of almost like, when a game gets a port to like a mobile phone or something, and it's like, hey...
Rock Band for iOS? Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, where it feels...
I like Dance Central for...
It feels stripped down to
Android.
the point of nothing, almost, because it's like, yes, the core thing that you want to do is there. When you can get straight into a game, it detects everything great. You got all your dance moves, you got different levels for every routine, all that stuff is there. First of all, it's $10, so there's only 10 songs built into it. The rest is all DLC. Some of which transfers over if you had bought it on Xbox 360.
Okay.
Not all of it seems to be, though, because there are songs I've purchased that are not, that it's still like, do you want to pay me $1.99 so you can play it? And I'm like, no, not again, because I paid you the $2.99 on the old one, and it's not giving it to me. So there's that. There's also none of the songs from the discs, because the old ones were like Rock Band, where it was like, all right, you want to import for $5? And you're like, fuck yes, I want to do that. And so you had, by Dance Central 3, you had a library of like 150 songs. So not everything's there. Those aren't transferring over. And so you're left with this very basic thing that when you boot up the game, it's basically like, all right, calibrate it. And all right, you want to play a song? Here's a song. And it's basically highlighted real big in the middle. And you have to go into the store to pick any other songs that you want. So all your songs are in the store part of the game. So it's very much designed to be like, hey, hey, look, turn down for what's right over there if you're up for it. Hey, got some James Brown here. You cool with James Brown? He's only $1.99. So it's very much pushing you over there. But otherwise, there is no story progression there. This is like the most stripped down it can possibly be. It's like, all right, you want to pick a song. And then it's like, it's got, you have to do the easy routine first. And then after that, it unlocks, depending on how well you did, it unlocks the hard routine, the intermediate, the hard. And then there's like alternate versions with different moves on them. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have any of the crazy like Time Cops story that 3 had, or just basically any progression whatsoever. It's just like, hey, if you want to dance to a song, you can dance to a song. It's kind of like they put out Rock Band Spotlight, and it's just, all right, you got songs, play one.
Can you also leave your friends behind?
You can dance. But I understand why they put this out the way they did, because harmonics at this point with a music game just it has to be how quickly can we get this out and how cheap can we price it.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck in this little weird middle zone, and God, they must have gotten so fucked when they took the Kinect out, because that's just like, only the people who had already bought an Xbox One are the ones who are going to play this game.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like their Rock Band Blitz. This is just their last-ditch effort to get you to do something with stuff that you have, and then maybe entice you to get a few things more.
And they're putting out new songs every week. Well, that's what's weird. I mean, they've put out, like, the last week was legacy ones, that were previously released on the old consoles. But now, they've added, they've added new songs each week. And so I'm not sure, like, how exactly they're going to support it, how far they're going to go. If these songs that I'm having issues with that I've already bought that it still wants me to purchase again and aren't just coming over like they should, I'm wondering if that's an Xbox issue or if that's a them issue or if it's just like, hey, you know what? We're not making enough money, so that stuff's not importing anymore.
It's probably an Xbox issue.
Yeah, I would hope.
Another game on our list has that problem.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. But, yeah, unfortunately, unless you bought a ton of DLC for Dance Central, and I'm not talking about importing the disc, I'm talking about straight up,
right?
Hey, I bought DLC songs, I can't really recommend it because you're not going to want to do Happy again. Because when you only have 10 songs, those 10 songs run out quick.
And that song ran out like 6 months ago.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, it's... And also, drives me insane. They changed the control scheme for going through the menus. Because if you remember Dance Central, it was like you swipe, you just hold up your hand, go swipe one way, swipe the other way. Mm-hmm. You have to hold up your hand, hover over the arrow on the side, and then push forward. Which never, ever fucking works.
Oh, so you get to force push it now.
Especially when you're trying to find a song in the store. When you've gone
how many
over
songs
to
did you
select.
accidentally buy?
I didn't accidentally buy any, but I've sure as hell gone into the menu to purchase them a bunch of times. So
you need to get better at pushing.
Clearly.
You need to dance to
or Kinect
push
needs
it.
to quit sucking.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's unfortunate, and I just it pains me. I just hope Harmonix survives long enough for that point where Rock Band can come back. That's kind of I feel bad saying it this way, but I hope they can hang on long enough because it seems like they're not. It seems like they're in trouble, and because like nobody cares about Disney Fantasia.
No.
And it's going to be Kinect, so even less people are going to care about it.
Yeah.
So I'm genuinely worried about that company.
Did we actually think Rock Band's coming back?
They've said on multiple occasions that
I'm just saying
for Rock Band to come back.
I don't expect it this year. I don't expect it next year. I don't expect it in 2 years. But down the line, there's going to be a point where people are like, hey, man, Rock Band, that was fun, wasn't it? And there's going to be something like that. I would hope, like you think about fighting games. Think about fighting games in 2007. No one gave a fuck about fighting games. And then Street Fighter 4 came back out, and suddenly everybody was like, holy shit, remember? We fucking love fighting games.
Yeah. The only thing is it's one thing to buy a $60 fighting game or a $40 fighting game, but it's another thing to buy a $150 plastic peripheral Rock Band game, where...
That's what they've got to figure out.
Where are you going to go with that to make
about.
people buy, another set of drums or...
Oh, they won't.
Yeah.
Well, there will be people, maybe not another set of drums, but where are you going to get people to buy their first set of drums?
Honestly, the Skylanders and Disney Infinity have to die first because those have taken up the aisles
are taking up the floor space. Yeah. You can't you can't put your drums in front of the TV
that's
because
now
you
an
got
aisle, so
Well,
Disney
I mean,
Infinity.
store shelves, you don't have room. The shelves are now. There's a section devoted to Infinity. There's a section devoted to Skylanders.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that stuff is going to die off.
Yeah.
Obviously, at some point.
I'm just saying.
Disney's doing its best to kill it.
Yeah. Apparently, they're trying to fucking.
I'm just saying, if anybody's going to do it right whenever it eventually comes back, it's going to be Harmonix. And I just hope that they're around long enough for that to happen.
Yeah. We'll see.
So
I just caught a mosquito out of the air. Like I snatched him out of the air and crushed him at the same time. I'm super proud of myself.
Good job, Miyagi.
Congrats.
He was threatening us,
You just leveled up. You realize that? Just fucking ding right over your head.
There you go. You get level 4 mosquito.
It's like the anti-PS2 game. You're Mr. Mosquito Killer.
No.
Oh.
So, this is the half of the Ds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've had Destiny, Diablo, Dance Central. There's a fourth D game, Chuck.
How about some D4?
Oh, does that have Emilio Estevez in it?
No.
Oh. What the hell is D4? Is it a Mighty Ducks
D4.
game?
Let me tell you about D4. Let me tell this this room full of people who will give 0 fucks about D4 about D4.
Coney 2012. That's D4.
Nope.
Oh.
D4 is the latest game by Swery, who made Deadly Premonition.
Oh, Swery 65?
Oh.
Yes.
I know that guy.
It is an episodic adventure game that is insane. And everyone should play it because it's cheap and it's fun and it's goofy as hell.
So, what does it play like? You've said it's an adventure game.
It is an adventure game. It has the same art style as The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us.
Okay.
It has that sort of
cel-shaded
Yeah,
thing.
it has that look. Kind of plays, I want to say a little like that, but not, because it was made as a Kinect game. And then, of course, everyone was like, we don't want your goddamn Kinect controls. So they made a controller version that you can play.
Okay.
Those controls are a little strange because all the actions in the game are wanting you to do Kinect things. So they've mapped weird things to weird buttons. Now, luckily, the game is telling you what to do, like what controls what at what point.
Yeah.
So, like left trigger, you need to pull something. Right trigger, you need to push something. Whatever. I will say that first of all, for you, Mackie, you're going to enjoy this because it takes place in Boston. So if you loved the heavy rain accents
and I'm in Jaden.
of people who can't quite do a Boston accent, yes, sir. More of that.
So
What? No.
So it's got that going on. You're a detective who can, like,
why is everyone in Boston a detective?
I don't know. It's a city of
Have you
detectives.
not been to Boston? It's all detectives there.
But-
It's all...
So many matters.
You
He
got
has
private detectives.
Yeah,
you got
they're all
regular
over.
detectives.
So many people are wicked.
Yeah.
So he has some sort of time traveling power where he can look at clues and go back in time and investigate things and all that. None of that has come up yet in the game. He just talks about it a lot. The best part of the game so far, and I think I've played it's like the prologue. There's the prologue, there's episode 1, there's episode 2. That's season 1. You get all 3 of those for 15
That's all
bucks.
4 Ds?
Yeah. You get all 3 of those for 15 bucks on Xbox One exclusively. You should really get it because it's fantastic. But so you're kind of a shitty detective guy, and you've got like a grizzled guy on the force who's your friend, and he's all big and fat and grizzled. And then you have a lady who lives with you who thinks she's a cat.
Oh,
A
good.
cat lady.
Like, fully committed that she's a cat. And
Sweet.
she's like...
She's like a furry, or
Kind
like,
of. She's not wearing like a furry outfit or anything. She's wearing like sort of a Japanese anime lingerie bullshit thing that's probably like feminists right now, probably getting really pissed off at this game because of that, which was my first reaction when I was playing it. Like, oh god, here we go. This is going to get some hate mail. But it's so bizarre because the way your character describes this person of... I live with this lady who sometimes goes out and gathers food for me, and then you open the door, and this cat lady fucking attacks you, and then you have to play this motion-controlled mini-game to fight the cat lady, who then just fucks off and goes and hangs out in the corner and licks her hand, and she then becomes...
So is she like Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes? She just tackles you when you come in the door every day?
A little bit, but she was coming from outside. You're in your house.
Oh,
the
okay.
door is like fucking going to explode off its hinges, and
She's
you
just
go
really
and open
excited to see you?
it. No, she's just a
So,
crazy fucking
does she-
lady who thinks she's
okay.
a cat.
Does she speak with a Boston accent?
She doesn't speak with anything,
Aw.
but she's also your storefront.
She speaks with your heart.
Oh.
So she sits in a corner, and then you go over to her, and she makes cat noises, and then you buy items from her.
Oh. She's like, what are you buying?
No speaking.
What the hell is this on? You don't ever said
Xbox
that.
One.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
You said motion game, and I was like,
It's a Kinect game,
oh god.
but it's not. You can play it with a controller. You don't have to.
So,
okay.
You can
Does it
completely.
basically play like Deadly Premonition?
It's gonna sound like this sounds like the worst thing ever.
It plays like a video. It plays like a modern video game.
Okay.
Deadly Premonition did not.
Okay.
This does not have those kinds of controls that are fighting you every step of the way.
Yeah.
But-
That's good.
But
Except for the Kinect.
you don't have to use the Kinect.
Okay.
You can, and I don't know how well that works, but
Listen
I never
to what
used
the
it.
man is saying.
All right.
So it's just my particular brand of crazy because it's like you will sit down and have a meal with your crazy grizzled detective buddy friend, and he will stack 6 slices of pizza and shove them in his mouth, and no one in the room says anything about this.
What, you don't do that?
Great.
Sometimes, but people usually call me out on it.
I would never, Chuck.
No one's calling him out on it, and this is right after you've had this really weird argument about clam chowder. It's just one of those games where it's just every sentence is what is going on in this game, and that is the best kind of game to me, where it's just every step of the way.
Deadly Premonition.
Every step of the way is just crazy, and I love that. It is my game.
$15.
Yes,
and so this is you get those 4 episodes for $15. Mm-hmm. Is it going to continue past that?
They do seem to. I believe it ends on a cliffhanger, so they are planning more.
Okay. So you haven't beaten it yet, though?
Oh no.
Okay,
no. I played a couple hours.
So you're saying this is episodic?
Yes.
And you only get part of it now, but that $15 gets you the rest?
No.
Okay.
It's $15 for the prologue, episode 1, and episode 2.
Okay.
So it's basically it's probably 3-4 hours worth of a game.
Okay.
But I mean, it is jam packed with stuff to do.
Question, because I assume you probably got this somewhere. Deadly Premonition Director's Cut or whatever it's called. Did you get this somewhere?
I do. I have it.
Did they fix it at all?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's actually worse.
Oh.
I mean,
so it doesn't boot?
If you want to play the broken game at half the frame rate, then by all means get that.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the PS3 version?
PS3 version is unplayable.
Yeah, the PC one, I'm not sure.
I think
because it was like it was $5.
I think I have the PC one at some point.
The PC one is kind of broken, but people have fixed it.
Okay.
People have gone in.
So it's like Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think it was in a Humble Bundle recently. I was like,
yeah, I think that's how I got it. I'm pretty sure that's why I have it.
So,
all right.
And then also because of the Xbox One, because of the EA Access thing that I have, you get all the EA stuff that comes out, and they just released NHL 15. Now you don't get the full game, like it's yours, but if you're in the program, you get like an early access period to it, like the weekend before it comes out, you get 6 full hours with the entire game or whatever.
Yeah.
I have not played a hockey game since the Genesis. I
Man, the PS2 ones were pretty good.
never played them. Just never got
They
into it.
were pretty good.
This,
Yeah.
and I know people are
I will
pissed
agree.
off about this game. Like hockey people are, because they stripped out a bunch of features and everything, and it's
Yeah, I did hear about that.
the year-to-year hockey people are pissed off. But man, just sitting down with it and just like, I'm fucking playing hockey. I don't know what I'm doing.
I get a
Fantastic.
couple questions. Does it look cool?
Yes.
Can you do cool moves with dudes where you move the puck in interesting ways?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Can you smack the puck really hard?
Oh yes.
Can you crush a dude with another dude? As in, like, a severe body check.
Yeah.
Or
I have done that. I have uppercutted dude into unconsciousness.
Oh, so you do, so fights are still there.
sold.
Yes,
I got an
this
achievement for
available?
knocking a dude out.
okay. Nice. So, does it have seasons? Can you do a season? Because I seem to remember reading somewhere that you could not. Like, it was that stripped out.
I think
what
it's
the fuck
coming.
version.
I think you can't just play a season, and I think most sports games are moving away from that because they want you to play like general manager mode or some overarching like franchise mode.
Yeah.
You could play a season of the game in franchise mode and then stop and start over again. But there is not like just play a season and see what happens. There is not that. But I didn't get too deep into that.
Okay.
I know nothing about hockey. I don't know anyone who plays hockey. I just was like, exhibition, that team has a 90 plus rating. I'll play them and get out on the ice, and wow, this looks
I tell
great.
you what, from like 94 to like 2004,
Yeah.
every year I bought a hockey
Really?
game.
Yeah, I mean,
because hockey was the one that translated the best to video games,
Yeah.
I felt.
It's a really good couch co-op.
Sure.
Or
yeah.
couch versus. I mean, it's...
Oh, God. In college, we used to just have wars.
Yeah.
I made my roommates shatter so many controllers, getting so pissed.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that, like, there's only 5 guys to choose from. It's not a bunch of complicated plays like the football games. It's I mean, I think basketball would be this way too, but I never really got into basketball games. But it's a fairly simple thing, and you can just turn off a couple of the rules, and it's insane.
Yeah.
So-
Well, hockey works because of the spacing.
Yeah.
Because there's so much room between guys. Like, that's
Yeah.
why I think basketball simulations don't work, because the court always gets too crowded.
Yeah.
and
fair enough.
that's the difference, I think. And NHL, just the speed of it, too, is you can just move so fast doing everything.
Yeah.
And it makes
But like
a huge
skating
difference.
feels cool. Like moving
Oh, yeah.
around on the ice feels really like, I know in most games everyone was like floaty. this is where floaty is awesome because you're floating around on this ice, and it feels precise when you're moving around, when you're pivoting and turning and spinning and everything. And
can you drive the Zamboni in
that is important.
GM mode?
I don't know.
If you cannot drive the Zamboni during intermission, then fuck that game forever. I'm not kidding. That was, I think, NHL 2K6 for the 360.
Yeah,
had Zamboni mode.
I believe it did.
Man, that was fuck. It's so stupid.
Zamboni mode.
So dumb that I loved it so much. But like, oh sweet, it's intermission time. I get to drive it.
Yeah.
My roommate and I at the time, we would like, oh no, it's my turn to do the Zamboni. All right, fine, all right. Okay, you can do the Zamboni. Yeah. And I got irrationally excited for it's kind of a little mini game. They show you the percentage of the ice that you've managed to clear in your 1 minute time. Right. And I did the whole thing once, and I was fucking stoked.
Did you get an achievement?
No, they didn't have it for those then.
I did. It was personal satisfaction.
Yeah. I got to tell the story on a video
10 years
podcast. Yeah. Hooray for me.
Waiting years to tell that story.
Oh, man, so
now
long.
The truth can be heard.
I've been waiting to fucking strike. And now is my moment.
Been holding on to that one.
Gentlemen, bask in the glory that is
Zamboni.
100% ice resurfacing.
Nice.
I'm now your king.
Oh, okay. Well,
So, just so you know.
sir.
So will you play more of it, Chuck?
I can't.
Why not?
Your time is over.
Oh,
You have to buy it.
I'm not going to buy it. What are you,
Okay.
crazy?
I keep forgetting
It's
about
a hockey game.
I keep forgetting about EA Access.
Yeah.
Like how it works. So
Yeah,
it was
no,
just strictly you can play the full
was a
game
time
for
thing.
Yeah, you had 6
Extended
hours,
demo.
and it's not like 6 hours from when you start, and then 6 hours counts down. It's 6 hours of playtime.
Okay.
So you have like a weekend, you can play 6 full hours of the game whenever you want to stop and start. You can earn achievements during that time that you get to keep. I mean, basically, and it's full game. It's just, it takes it away at the end of the time.
Yeah.
6 hours for me was enough. I had a good time with NHL for 6 hours. That was
cool.
worth my $5 that month, or however it breaks down to whatever I paid.
Yeah. So being on sports.
Yeah. Speaking of telling stories about sports games,
Yeah.
Sports
Ooh.
games.
I bet we have a corner coming.
I have to tell you a little bit about NBA 2K14, which I'm still playing.
Good Lord.
On the
lot of.
PS4.
Yes.
You
I
have
have
a
watched you play this.
Okay.
you have a baller on that game who is
Yeah.
quite the sportsman.
I am. I have good ball movement. and
Yeah,
stuff
great
like
ball.
that. Great ball movement.
That's great ball movement.
So, all right. So the story of the career mode is how you become a rookie, and at the same time, you have this rival, Jackson Ellis, that will be whatever position that your guy ends up being, so that you can square off at many
Always
times.
Jackson Ellis.
Always
And-
Jackson Ellis.
And Mackie, you're my basketball touchstone here. Is Jackson Ellis a real person?
no.
No, he's not.
Thank you.
I could have told you that.
Mackie is the
All right,
expert here
okay.
on all things basketball.
But no, they created this guy so that you have this healthy competition, and whatever team he gets drafted to, whenever those two teams meet, they generally meet at half court before the game, and they make some little stupid wager like, "I bet I can get more assists than you, and if not, then you got to say cool things about me on Twitter." Or they don't say Twitter, but they say social media, or whatever. And
they should have fully licensed Twitter integration into this. Damn
Kind of do.
it might as well be.
It's a
Twitter.
little
should say
fake,
Twitter.
Whatever.
I'm disappointed.
But so anyway, like here was the circumstance, like where countless number of times we have gone our ways, and everything I've tried to do, I've been like, haha, let's we're friends. Press conferences come up, I'm like, I will take the friendly answer. I will praise my team and not try to be an asshole, because there's obvious Mass Effect choices of like, if I pick this, I'm going to be like, I'm number one. Fuck all these other guys. Get off the court and just let me play. So I've always tried to take these like obvious good answers. Well, I was presented with a chance to be sponsored by Gatorade, and it was like, they're also looking at Jackson Ellis. So the next 10 games, whoever scores more points in those 10 games will be the person that Gatorade picks.
Sure.
2 games go by. Here we go. It's time to play the New Orleans Pelicans. Here comes Jackson Ellis onto the court in my scenario, and we meet at midcourt, and I'm like, oh, we're playing this game together, and now we also have this contract. So I'm gonna, he's like, well, I got to talk some game to you, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to talk some shit. I'm going to get in his head. I'm going to get in this guy's head. I'm going to talk some shit to him. And it's like, your game is whack, or whatever the choice is at the bottom. And all of a sudden, it was like, it almost started a fucking fist fight. It was
Really?
like, yeah, it was like,
for you.
fuck you. Like people are pulling us apart. I'm like, oh God, that escalated.
This guy with a pitchfork in the background.
Yeah. And
Fucking trident.
and then it gets even worse, because we're playing the game, and I think I don't know what happened in my second season of NBA 2K14. I became the fucking executioner. I got so many guys hurt, and sure enough,
Jesus.
I broke Jackson Ellis's fucking ankle.
Yes.
I literally
Ankles.
broke his ankle.
What did you do to break his ankle? Like,
Just
did you
made a
jump up
move.
and
A sick crossover.
I made a sick crossover,
sick
and he
crossover.
just, and it was just
You
like
actually
snap-
broke a man's
yes.
ankle with a sick crossover.
Yes. Literally, like
Do you know how many
the
kids have
ankle
been
breaker.
dreaming about that on
Yes.
the basketball
The
courts?
literal
of
ankle
America?
breaker.
Why that's in the game.
And the guy fucking hobbles off the court. I'm like, oh god, I've killed Jackson Ellis.
This is what this is what EA Sports doesn't give you. This is not in the EA Sports game.
Right.
So
They should be ashamed.
the moral of the story: I got the Gatorade contract.
Nice,
Very good,
because you
sir.
crippled a man.
I did.
Fuck Jackson Ellis.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
So anyway, after the end of your second year, which I did, and I won the finals twice.
Good job.
Basically, Jackson Ellis comes to your house and he's like, "You know what, man? We've been rivals. We've had our differences. Why don't we put it behind us?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that. We're friends. So now we're friends. We don't have this rivalry."
Did he
bullshit."
join your team?
He asked if like we could be on the same team, but then LeBron came over to my house and was like, "Hey man, we should probably be on the same team. We'd be a great combo." And I was
Oh.
like, "So very next day," and it was like next day you're at the GM's office. Like, I want to trade. I was like, "Put me with him," because I hate my team because I hate Eric Bledsoe.
This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
He's a ball hog.
But anyway, so yeah, I just like that whole scenario was like that's pretty funny. Like here's this rivalry, then suddenly actually
Yeah.
broke the dude's ankle.
Well, I liked in that game how many goals they had for you mid game. Like you do this. And
Yeah, well, the
do this
coach-
thing,
the
and it
coach
was
would be
keeping
like-
track
yeah.
of so many things.
Yeah, the coach would be like, "Hey, you're having some problems with turnovers. Don't turn it over for the rest of the quarter. Don't let this guy score his next goal. Whatever." That too. The little mini goals of like hit 2 of 2 free throws. Here's a little go closer towards A+ rating. So
Yeah.
it keeps you engaged.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty sweet.
I think 2K15 is probably going to be a damn near perfect game. I'm seriously considering buying it.
The hype behind it has been pretty strong.
Well, I mean, like this one's pretty close. It just has weird bugs. It has sound cutout issues.
yeah.
Free agency's kind of broken. Like I've requested a trade. I don't know what's going to happen. I never got my contract renegotiation. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to finish 2 years. I was getting paid a rookie salary. Suddenly I'm an all-star. I want my money.
Yeah.
And
Cash in.
I got, fucking Eric asshole Bledsoe has getting $50 million a year. I'm getting like 2, and I'm outscoring him by 40 points.
That's the only thing I didn't
Well-
like. The only thing I didn't like is that it doesn't let you choose which team you get drafted by.
No, it doesn't seem like there's a full free agency mode, which hopefully is going to be in 15, where you're just like, I don't want to be here. I want to go where the money is.
It's just it's doing the opposite of like a player holdout. It's doing a team holdout. It's like, no, you ain't getting money.
Yeah. It's to show that the owners.
Well,
have
no, I mean
power.
the second or my third season actually started, and there's never been a contract renegotiation. Like it was supposed. I had a 2-year contract. It's like where.
They franchise tagged
Why did that not happen?
or something. I don't know. I don't know how basketball
it's just
works.
buggy.
they're showing you where the real power is, man. You can be the guy signing
plus-
the checks, or you can be the guy writing the checks.
Rich is cashing a $100,000 game check. Wealthy is signing that motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw that thing.
Yes.
Anywho, Chuck and BJ,
Uh-huh.
why don't you tell us about Battlefield 4?
Battlefield 4 is a military simulation video
I know
game
that part.
brought to you by DICE.
Yeah, I know that part.
Okay.
What's new in Battlefield 4? How's it going? How you been?
How you been? How you living?
Before Chuck is going to shit all over this game, so I will say a couple things nice about it.
Go ahead.
Please do.
I went back to Battlefield after having not played it for like 6 months, and I was delighted to find a couple things when I came back. I will first tell you about the thing that I was not delighted to find. My single-player save game disappeared into the ether at some point.
Oh, you mean the game's a buggy piece of shit, huh?
No, it's not a buggy piece of shit. It's just something weird happened. I do not find this game a buggy piece of shit, to be
All right,
perfectly
then.
honest.
All right.
You're also playing on a different system than he is.
Oh, are you playing? What are you playing on?
Xbox.
Oh, you're playing on the Bone?
Yeah.
Oh,
because it's part of the EA
It's free
thing.
on the bone.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that explains.
Okay.
That explains it all. Yeah, it's
Totally
fuck that
different.
Stupid piece of shit. Microsoft bullshit. Everybody hates them. Right? That's still cool.
That is still cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's so cool.
I was delighted to find that multiplayer is way less of a buggy piece of shit. Like, there were some problems, obviously, with multiplayer, and there were some real issues with not being able to like jump into your friends' games or join a squad or start a squad with your friends to continue to play with them. And they've actually since patched in some squad stuff where you can start a squad, like in basic, not quite a lobby, but you can join 4 or 8 of your friends together, however many it is, and all start a game in a squad together. And that is vital for people who are still playing this game, which is not most of my friends, apparently.
Yeah, that was annoying.
I had to go make more friends.
Yeah, it was annoying back in the day when I'd try and join you and like your squad would fill up for no reason or whatever, or there'd be some other random guy in there. I'm like, no, get the fucker out of there. I want to join your squad.
Yeah, that was really, really crazy. But they've made that work a lot easier, and you can just create a squad, and you can create a private squad now. So the multiplayer experience, from at least my view, has been streamlined, and it seems to work really rather well. I did not have nearly the troubles that I had, and I didn't have a whole lot of troubles like when I stopped playing the game. I just stopped because I was kind of done with it for a while. But in the early days, it was really Garbaggio extreme.
GX.
Yeah. Which is also an Italian scooter. But
was that Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, it was. No, actually, that was the Faggio in Grand Theft Auto.
I remember that one.
But there were some real issues, and there was a point where our friend Tobias just couldn't play the game at all. He couldn't connect to games, and if he got connected to a game, he'd get kicked. Everything worked incredibly smooth, and I think I had one crash to desktop or crash to dashboard, whatever you call it.
Dash crash.
Dash crash. There you go. I like it. I had one of those, and probably in the last 3 weeks, and I probably played 15 hours in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, nice. You've been gaming it up.
I have, like, it's been I'm waiting for the laundry to get done, or I get home and I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to play some Battlefield. And I've been really enjoying the experience. Like, I haven't been interacting with anyone really, which is probably good. But I really enjoyed the experience. I have one Tales of Battlefield to tell, which is kind of hilarious to me anyway. So maybe it'll be funny to somebody else. So
I hope so.
What I like to do, shut up.
Easy on the build up there, son.
Yeah, this is probably dumb.
This is gonna suck. Let's preface this. But
this is probably dumb. But I like to, as an engineer, hop in a helicopter, like one of the attack helicopters that somebody else is flying, because some of these people are incredible at flying this, and it's just kind of fun to fly around the map and blow things up. And you can repair the choppers, so you actually are a benefit to the team. Whereas, like, you could just sit in the chopper and fucking do nothing, but I hang out and I repair and I shoot rockets when I can.
Sure, don't we all?
So I hopped in this chopper because I saw it as I was respawning. I'm like, yeah, let's hop in this chopper and do the thing I like. And all of a sudden, I get in the top left-hand corner of the screen, I just get a flood of "get out, get out, get out, get out, get out" messages, and it's like they just keep coming, "Get out, get out, get out" from all the guys in the chopper, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. And he starts flying around, and he's doing his thing, and I'm repairing. I'm just being a good citizen, and just flood after flood after flood of "get out, get 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 out." And the guys they're shooting at me from inside the helicopter, trying to get my attention. I'm like, no, I'm not getting out of this fucking helicopter. So all of the rest of the guys just fucking bail, except for the pilot. And then a couple of them popped in and out, and I'm getting the same "get out" messages when they pop in. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. I don't care if you guys are all in the same squad, in a clan. I don't care if you're best friends. I'm not getting out of this fucking helicopter. And we flew around for like 20 minutes wrecking dudes. And it was weird because I just stayed in and kept repairing and firing rockets. And eventually, we flew out to a sort of secluded area, and he hops out and throws me an ammo pack to replenish my rockets. And
to lure you out of the helicopter?
No, he just threw an ammo pack and hopped back in the helicopter.
All right.
And he starts he starts getting hit, and I repair, and he throws the thanks up. And eventually, seriously, 20 minutes of flying around in this stupid helicopter. And we finally get shot out of the sky. I'm like, all right, cool, that was fun. That I had a good time, and I go off and start doing my other like normal run around and get killed a whole lot thing, and I hear this over my head, and there he is with the chopper again, and it's get in.
You made a friend.
I made I turned
yourself.
this man.
Nice.
You trolled him into being your
I
friend.
trolled him into showing him that I am a valuable member of the team.
I call that con-trolling.
yes.
There
Very nice.
it is.
Yeah.
So why do you think they wanted you to get out? Do you think they just
I
had
think
that
they
one
all-
friend that they wanted in the
I think
chopper
it was.
instead?
I think it was just a squad, and they're like, we're all going to play in this chopper. And the funny thing though is the guy that was sitting opposite me was not fucking repairing. Like he wasn't an
doing
engineer.
shit.
He already
Yeah.
had his spot. He proved himself already.
He was just sitting.
He was going for a ride, man.
So I
Yeah.
bet that guy got shot down like 2 or 3 times while you weren't in there because nobody was fucking repairing the thing.
Probably.
And then he was like, "Well, shit, where's that guy we kicked out?"
yeah.
Honestly, why there isn't like just 2 random guys manning the side guns and 2 engineers repairing a helicopter at all times? I don't understand, because there's 2 spots in a helicopter that you either repair or shoot out with whatever you have.
Well, like
You know,
in
and
the
it's like
in the
should
one
just
that
be
we're
standard,
in, it's
standard
the
operating procedure.
it was the little bird. I think
Oh.
it was either the little bird or the Z11. It's
So
the
then-
one where you have
Little bird.
you can have one person in the non-pilot seat that's inside, and then one person on each side outside that can shoot rockets or repair.
Right.
So there's one useless slot, and then there's 2 useful slots. And I don't know why those aren't always filled with a guy repairing. But anyhow, that was just a funny story that I had to share because it was one of those uniquely video game moments. Like normally, if it was like 4 dudes telling me to get out of a helicopter in real life, they'd have just thrown me out.
sure.
But I was
didn't
able
have
to
the means.
I was able to troll him into into this value.
You just
somehow.
beat him into submission. You repaired him into submission.
I killed him with kindness.
You did.
Nearly
Good job.
literally.
The only thing it could have been better is if your name was Xbox Turnoff.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I love that guy so much. Xbox log out.
Yeah, whatever it was, the Kinect command where people, he would pin people in the corner of a Call of Duty map and just start shooting at them so they couldn't move, and then be like, "Xbox, turn off! What are you doing?"
Yep.
And you hear, "No, cancel."
Is that a real thing? Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the worst.
He'd change his name from to Xbox log out
Yeah,
or
whatever it
Xbox
was,
shut
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
He would keep changing it, but it would the best was when somebody would go, "Man, what the hell you doing, Xbox log off?" And you're wait a click, and you'd see
So and so is
Joe
disconnected.
Joe Bob Briggs has disconnected.
Oh.
Had to go watch a bad movie.
Yeah.
So Chuck, now I would like you to completely disintegrate the.
You don't like Battlefield 4?
No.
You didn't like Battlefield 3.
I didn't like Battlefield 3. I like Battlefield 4 for completely different reasons. Battlefield 3, and this is all single player talk. The storytelling in Battlefield 3 was so bad in terms of
Yeah.
here's the end, and now we're going to start 8 hours earlier, and we'll keep flashing forward to little interrogations. And not only that, the game was broken. It would freeze and it would lock up on you, and scripting wouldn't work. So Battlefield 4 kind of stopped all that, and it's just doing a linear story, not bothering to tell you anything that's really happening, not giving you any insight into what's happening. You're just at events. Like you're just, I'm here in China and oh no, everything's gone horribly wrong. Well, better get back to the boat. Oh, someone fucked up the boat. Well, let's just do stuff. I don't know.
Were you not listening to sound?
I was listening to sound. It's not. The storytelling is bad. The storytelling is.
It's not a good story, and they don't do a great job. But I still was able to follow the story fairly easily.
I understand. There's like political separatists in China and factions, and they got to get the guy out. Whatever. I don't know. It's just I don't think it's done very well. So yeah, I've got to a point where I'm kind of like I don't know if I'm going to keep even playing this. This single player campaign is kind of broken and dumb. But then I played multiplayer because as soon as you load up Battlefield 4, every motherfucker in your friends list is like, hey, get over here. So go do that, and you get into the first level, and it's one of the city setups to where everyone has already found their sniper spot. So, of course, no matter where you're, it's like, hey, there's something cool over there. I'm going to run over there. Snipe. I'm dead. And then it's like, all right, well, I'll respawn over here. Oh, there's something cool over there. Snipe. Dead. So it's like, this sucks for someone who doesn't know anything about this map whatsoever. So eventually we lose that map because of me, and...
I promise you it wasn't you. It was you and 8 other guys like you.
Maybe. But I like to say it was me. But then we got to this other map. I think it was like on a dam or something. And
Langkang Dam.
I gave up on that because I found dune buggies. And I was just like, I'm just going to fucking drive these dune buggies around and hit my horn at dudes.
Did you run anybody over?
I did run a couple dudes over.
Awesome. Good job.
Because they were in my way. But...
Satisfying.
They were on your team.
Were they on your team?
No, they weren't on my team. No, I honk at dudes on my team.
Oh.
Drive up over hills and cliffs and jump over boats and stuff. It's just fantastic. And just if you fuck up that dune buggy, there's 10 more over here. You can just go get another one.
They're really loose with the dune buggies.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
And I was just, this is great. I'm just drive around this map dune buggying all the time. And then eventually, like, I would spawn into a boat, like in the gunner position, and just hold down the shoot button and just light up everything. And I was just like, this is great. The whole game should just be this. One turret sequence.
I will tell you that
nobody ever.
I am a. It's no
You don't run out
surprise.
of ammo?
I've said many times that I love turret sequences.
They're great.
Riding in vehicles in Battlefield, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's as noted by my story earlier. Some of the most fun I have is just riding in vehicles and
Yep. Riding in cars with boys.
right.
Let's be
Yes.
good.
Riding in helis with grunts.
Yeah, I mean, the multiplayer's all right.
It's
Dune buggies.
I will say, like, you would be. I would not begrudge you hating the multiplayer because it is. If I look at, I don't know how I managed to keep playing it, except for just stubbornness on my part. From like, because I'm level like 50 or something at this point. I don't know how I played enough to get myself to almost mediocre.
Well, you respawn so quickly, and the matches are so long that it's you don't really feel like you're wasting your time.
The issue really is that enough people have been playing it for long enough now that the barrier to entry is super high. If you don't know those maps and you don't know the choke points and you don't know the sniping points, or you don't know where to go to get in the helicopter that BJ is going to be repairing.
If you're flying, I'm torching or something.
Totally.
There is still some room for people who are not terribly... Like, I consider myself nearly mediocre at Battlefield 4 multiplayer. There is still room for people of a lower skill level because I kill those dudes all the time. I'm sure they don't last very long at that skill level, but there's still... You can still get into that game from fresh, I think.
Yeah, I feel like this game had been going on for 6 months. You jump in, and I was getting killed left and right immediately. I remember when we were jumped in to play Call of Duty Ghosts that time, and we got that one level with the hot links.
Yeah, hot links.
Where I just became a fucking murder machine. Where it was just like suddenly this game clicks and it makes sense to me, and I was the leader on the top of the leaderboard of that match. I never. There's not any way whatsoever that would ever happen to me at any time in Battlefield 4. I would never catch on to the point where just like, I get it.
I think
it just didn't happen.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah, it's on my hard drive forever.
Okay, I would kind of suggest maybe trying a different. What?
We're just playing footsie.
You kicked my foot.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were like, fucking stop talking about Battlefield, you asshole.
Well, that too, but
Jesus. I would actually like to know, like, if you have some time to play some of the other game modes and see how you feel about them, because I know they might be worse.
That's not a final opinion.
Totally worse. And it's not like I'm trying to change your opinion. I'm just honestly curious about whether it's a lower barrier to entry if you play some of those first, like Team Deathmatch or something, and get used to the sort of the flow and some of the smaller spaces of that game. Because I just jumped into huge Mega Conquest, which is
That's what we were doing.
Painfully expansive in some ways. They also have a small Conquest. It's like the same size maps, but it's fewer tickets, so it doesn't last as long.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as much of a time commitment. So you may want to try that as well. And I'm just curious to see what your results are, if you find yourself getting into it or if you just feel the same way.
Well, I'm in need of a shooter since I don't have Destiny anymore. So
You should get Battlefield on PS4, and then we can
Nope, because it's already got it. That's not doing it. Sorry.
Okay.
All
Is
right,
it break time? Have I?
It's definitely break time.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
take a break.
I will talk way less in the second half.
Hooray.
Lies. I don't buy it.
What are we talking about in the second half? I don't think I have anything.
We're going to talk video games.
Oh, good.
Oh,
So yeah, you're definitely good. You're not. You don't have shit to talk about.
I'll just go home.
Ugh. Sports.
I really don't have much to talk about.
You got some stuff.
I just talk about how Sports Friends is a weird, dumb thing that you should
Probably
do.
play.
Yeah.
It's dumb, but
It
fun.
is. It's a weird, dumb thing that you should play.
An error has occurred on my PS Vita. Oh no! Authorizing ticket for leaderboard access. All right, this is the one, Chuck. Harem multi-ball.
you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm a dut. Man. I gotta say, fuck harem multi-ball. It is like the hardest goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because it's on the worst ramp on the table as it is. I should turn on the sound so everyone can hear
That'll get
all
us
the
flagged.
genie sounds. Oh, it will, won't it?
Yep.
Ooh, water. I should do that.
The building blocks of life.
It is the most abundant element on the planet.
Totally.
Water's not an element. Shit state.
Whatever. You know what I
Hey.
meant.
Listen here, fucker. Can't all be Bill Nye in here, so piece of shit.
You should hear me talk about my house. It drives my wife crazy. I talk about like the roof is the ceiling is the roof, the fridge is the washing machine, the dishwasher is the dryer. It drives her insane. And I'm always like, you know what I meant. She's like, yes, I do, but why don't you fucking say it right for once? Water is an element. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's a molecule or something. I don't know. So what you doing over there, Chuck?
Trying to figure out my space phone.
Yeah, how's that space phone treating you? You bend it yet?
No, but it's weird.
Why is it weird?
Well, like it went off during the show,
I heard that.
a few minutes ago.
Siri.
It's got this but I wasn't doing anything to make that happen.
Is it? And it's not plugged in either. That's weird.
No, but there's a weird way I can hold it. I can't recreate it, but I can do it by accident all the time, where I will put it down and I'm still kind of holding it, but the screen will go black,
Yeah.
and it'll just start making the Siri noise over and over again.
That's not
But
good.
I don't know how I'm triggering that. But it happens all the time, and I can't make it do it, but it just does. I don't know if it's a software thing, but if it is, how would it know how I'm gripping the phone?
It's smart like that, man. Haha, okay, there's my H. Only 4 left. I swear, this being a basic goal is such bullshit.
Yeah, they do that. Sometimes they'll give you a basic goal that's...
It's just ludicrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got the wizard goals on basically every table. Or the basic goals on basically every table. The wizard goals are unlocked, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like me some pinball, man. Pinball is cool. Pinball is a game for cool people, Chuck.
I agree.
Yeah, there's that HA. Check that out. 3 left. No. I almost pulled a Shia LaBeouf there. Come on, Tiger Loop. You can unlight that light. Give me that harem. There we go. HAR. Give me that harem. Give me that harem. That sweet hair. What'd you say? Why are you such a negative Nancy?
My love and...
Yeah, and Vogue. I hate that people hear the riff from Big Payback and they're like, "Oh, that's that En Vogue song, right?" And it's like, you shut your fucking mouth right now.
Well, it kind of is.
Chuck, you shut your fucking mouth right now.
All right. What are we talking about in the second half? Oh, good.
Video games.
Stuff.
Oh, I got an H-A-R-E. All I need is the M.
You should get that M.
Give me that M.
Dat M.
Oh, I missed it.
Give you money or paper.
Oh, I won't forget.
Money.
I will get
Man,
an
Chuck just
IOU.
rolling in the dough. What's it like having all that money, Chuckles?
I don't have any money right now.
No, people keep giving you money. I gave you money.
Well, he used some of his.
I turned that in for a sandwich.
I know. You converted that paper to a sandwich.
Yes. And it was delicious.
Yeah, I bet it was. I had one of those sandwiches. And I agree. It was delish.
Delish.
So it's
It
delicious.
was delish.
I am racking up the Firehouse Subs rewards, baby.
I bet, man.
Yeah.
You eat there a lot.
I had another submarine sandwich from Firehouse Subs today.
Really?
I'm a glutton. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Man, we should have gone there for dinner.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
All the subs.
Yeah, just sub it up.
Not. I'm already sweating thinking about it.
We call you the substitute
Oh,
because you eat subs.
instead of regular food.
Yeah. You substitute submarines for sustenance.
Ah.
Oh my god, where did my reward go?
You've lost all your
I was
rewards.
gonna be pissed. I was.
They've reverted back to me.
On a long enough timeline, all your rewards points go to 0.
This is truly the darkest time.
Mm-hmm.
I can have either double meat on a medium sub or a free medium sub with
double
any,
meat.
with any purchase.
Ooh.
Man, extra
so how to
meat.
choose.
I could purchase a satchel of potato chips
Oh.
and get a free submarine sandwich.
Ooh, a satchel.
I would go with the whole free extra sub, considering double meat's only like $1 more.
Yeah.
It's kind of a better value.
Well, that's a lower reward tier.
Oh, this is a tiered reward plan?
Well, I mean, I have 6,646 rewards points, which equates to $6,646 spent at Firehouse Subs in the last 4 months.
That can't
That's
be
a-
right.
that's a lot.
That's a little odd.
Hey, what?
It's probably $66.46 over the last.
Hey, anyone want to do a podcast?
No,
instead of,
I just
instead of
wanna
Firehouse
talk
sub,
about Firehouse
sub,
Subs.
sub
I never
talk.
get to just sit and chat with you guys. It's always video games or movies or
Oh, yeah.
That's
jeez.
chatting.
bullshit. Like, yeah, but
Jeez,
it's focused.
official
talking about
chatting.
the stuff
Focus
that we
like that.
officially
I-
talk about.
I just want to
wanna rap?
a patter. Yeah,
I'm starting to
You
worry
just want
about you.
some normal banter.
yeah. I just want banter. Yeah,
This is what a banter.
don't nerd voice me.
Okay.
Don't you nerd voice me.
Banter.
I had a good excuse to use the "you don't talk about my car like that" thing today.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked out well.
What's that, Chuck?
It worked out well.
God, and that
Context
clip,
appropriate.
that clip was exactly where it needed to be too.
Yep.
Started just that with your lame Dodge Stratus. You don't talk about my car like that. Love it.
I just
All
love
right,
that
podcast.
every
Let's do it.
existing SNL clip now is someone recording it with their phone off
I know, it
television.
sucks.
Because they wiped it all from the face of the earth.
Yeah, because it's all on Hulu, but not all of it. 'Cause-
No, God.
yeah, not all of it. Because fuck you.
Don't let me talk about that, please.
Okay.
I know.
Ever.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't worry.
Don't talk about that.
Thank you.
So,
Let's make a second half, huh?
How's the chat going in the live stream? By the way,
Yeah.
is it
I'll
lively?
be
It
right
looks
back.
like it. Okay, I'm gonna look at the live stream chat then.
yeah.
Ah,
I'm Mackie.
Good. Oh my God, where's BJ? This is unreal.
Look at my hat. Isn't it cool? It's uncanny.
It's better than Walt.
It's like his Maggie Gyllenhaal.
wait, did you say Mackie Gyllenhaal?
Yes, Maggie Gyllenhaal. That's how good it is. We've renamed her. Nom, 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 nom. Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Poor lady. She's probably a nice lady.
She probably is. Too bad her brother's an asshole.
No, we're a squad now.
Hey, don't drink this.
Okay. Oh, I will say this real quick. I did play. This is just exclusive live stream content coming from Mackey's seat.
It sounds so different.
Hello.
Hi.
Does it actually sound
No.
different? No. Okay, good. There's the purity of my voice that cannot be sullied by microphones. I actually chose to play through the single player campaign again because of Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
Because it didn't record, for some reason it erased the progress. I still had some of the guns that you get from traversing through that wasteland that purports to be a video game. But yeah, I played through it again and it's still not that good.
Wait a minute.
Like the single player is not all that great.
Wasn't I just taken to task for saying this 5 minutes ago?
I was saying that. I thought it was a market improvement over every other Battlefield game that's had a single player storyline, except for the Bad Companies.
No, I don't have a. I wasn't taking you to task for.
I mean, the Bad Companies obviously were the best story because that was their focus. But
no, anyhow, I played. So I played through the single player, and when I got to the end, there's the last thing. I don't think it's spoiler territory at this point because it's been out for 100 years. But you're hanging from the ropes on the bridge, and you have to make a choice. I couldn't remember which one I'd made before, and I figured since I'm here, I'll get a sweet trophy. And so I went back to I hit the PS button and went back to the dashboard and checked my trophies. And
As you do.
when I got back,
trophy.
it had chosen for me. It had chosen the do nothing ending.
Great.
And I was like, well, that's cool. That's a huge gap in game design there. Not pausing a single player experience when you go back to when you don't have it on the fucking screen.
Oh, Destiny's the worst at that.
Is
you
it?
can never pause Destiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Destiny
Another
is
one
a
of those
live
games,
fucking world. So if you're finishing a firefight and then want to check your loot, but then there's more dudes to shoot, they will fucking shoot you while you were doing whatever it is you need to do.
So
Another
you need to be dude shooting all the time.
quick complaint: those enemies respawn immediately, all the time.
Oh yeah,
And
they're in their pre-programmed spots, and you turn your back and you turn back around. It's like,
yeah, it's like a
Oh, they
video
got
game
little
from
grunts?
yeah,
I'm really curious because
little guys with the pointy hats.
Diablo 3 pauses it when you're in single player, but I'm wondering if someone jumped into your game, if it would automatically unpause.
oh yeah,
Because I know when you have a multiplayer game going on, you can't pause.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't you have to go to the main menu to let them in or whatever?
No, if you have your game set to let anybody in, I think they can
Okay.
just jump in.
I wonder if it would be just paused,
Or
some
maybe
sort
maybe
of,
it actually asks. It'd be like, hey, someone's trying to join. Do you want to let them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's me.
Because you
Oh,
can
well.
pause a single player game.
Yeah.
You can be in the middle of combat and be like, bathroom time.
And you can pause Battlefield, but I mean, you hit the options button and pause.
Right. Yeah.
But just hitting the PS button,
Well, that's just a launch game. They didn't know any better.
when have we not been using Maggie
do you
said?
want to name how many 360 games didn't do that? There was a lot.
Okay, 99.9% of the ones I played, when you hit the guide button,
It would pause it. I know.
Pause the fucking
Good
game.
ones.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably not
But
Deadly
most
Premonition.
of them didn't. Hey,
I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Broken ass games like that. They didn't bother. They were like, why would you do that?
All right.
We made a pause button.
Yeah.
Anyway, second half time, huh?
Second half.
all right,
All right,
guys.
well, shut up.
Cast pods.
Posting.
All right, welcome back. Second half.
Hey, it's the second half of the podcast.
It
It's
is.
still a motherfucking video game podcast.
Indeed.
Still
Brought to you
is.
by
Forever.
Video games.
Air.
Brought to you
Air.
by us, self-financing.
Mhm.
So,
Sponsored by No Quarters.
yeah, No Quarters Podcast, brought to you by No Quarters.
And us spending all of ours.
Podcast of the Year award goes to No Quarters.
Oh, very
no
good.
Quarters grants
I'm
themselves.
proud to
Thank
be
you.
one of the No Quarters Podcast of the Year podcasts.
Yep.
We're proud to accept this pody.
So, a sequel to one of our games of the year,
Uh-huh.
Walking Dead Season 2.
Yep.
You
So-
played all of it, Chuck.
It's over.
Already.
All the chapters are out. You can play it.
Yeah, I should start doing that. I should have a day of sorrow.
How's your sadness?
Season
How's your
two.
sad
Have a day of
level?
sorrow
Did you play them all at once, or did you play them as they came?
I played like the first 3 as they came out, and then waited for 4 and 5.
Okay.
And played those together.
So, what's the verdict?
It's still good.
Yeah.
It has the unfortunate thing of having to follow up season 1.
Yeah.
It's not, and there's no way it could have been. It's not as good as season 1.
Okay.
Kind of tries to go for a season 1 ending, which is a mistake because it's like, am I just going to keep doing this to people? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It feels like a transitional season. Like they are probably going somewhere with this, but you had to get a bunch of sort of character development going on to move forward.
Okay.
So it has moments. I mean, obviously, a lot of people kind of argue it's not even much of a video game. It's kind of just you're just punching through dialogue choices, whatever. But there are at least 2 things in it that are just emotional wrecks when they happen. I didn't know either one was going to happen, and when they do happen, it's just like, oh, wow. Nothing as big as in the first season. Nothing like, the duck sequence or nothing like that.
What about the rabbit sequence?
No.
The goose sequence.
But I mean, it's still really good storytelling. It's just obviously how do you build on what you did that first season? You can't. You just can't. You have to just hope to maintain. Mm-hmm. So it gives you interesting scenarios. There's some interesting sort of world development happening. It's not all still like in Georgia.
Okay.
You're moving north.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason you're moving north. Mm-hmm. So,
how long does it take place after the previous season?
Not long.
Okay.
It kind of jumps around a little bit within the season. Like there are some jumps in time, obviously. But
it starts pretty close to the end of the last
kind of, yeah. I mean, some stuff has happened between season 1 and 2 because it kind of just picks up and you're established with other people. And
one thing I was wondering, how well do they tie in the 400 Days characters?
Not well.
Not well. So does that feel like a waste?
I didn't feel like it was a waste. It felt like sort of like a side chapter that was just something to do.
When those people show up, they're not just like, oh yeah, them.
Yeah.
Oh, these people I know nothing about.
There's never any kind of acknowledgement. There's never any kind of, those characters are never talking amongst themselves about what happened in 400 Days or anything like that. Mm-hmm. There are a couple situations, I think, where you come across things that happened in 400 Days. The references to it are more subtle than in your face, and it might have been that I played it so long ago that I wasn't picking up on it. But in terms of character interaction, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
There's one character from 400 Days that's kind of major, and I'm wondering if, depending on how you end 400 Days, if that's just going to be a different person. So.
Yeah, because 400 Days did seem like you could end up with, like, none of them.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, 400 Days was just sort of like the creep show of Walking Dead. It was just anthology, little stories about these survivors. And if they were trying to hint that these are going to become major characters in season 2, they were full of shit. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have done that. But I don't think they did. I think it was more wishful thinking on people's parts.
Well, people wanted to make it be something that it wasn't necessarily anyway.
Yeah, no. Same universe, same, horrible choices that you have to make and that kind of thing. But, ultimately it's not that important.
Okay.
So.
But you'd still recommend it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
And Michael Madsen's in it.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Man, did he get a sandwich for it?
He probably earned a sandwich. He's in a couple of the episodes.
You're going to bark all day, little zombie.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good character.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
Glad to hear he's getting fed.
Yes, I'm glad someone is feeding Michael Madsen. Poor Michael Madsen. He needs a sandwich.
Guy needs to eat.
Yeah.
A dude needs food.
Dudes need food.
We do.
Yeah.
You know what else dudes need? Pinball.
Oh, all right.
Oh, God. Pinball.
Yeah. That's what dudes crave.
Yes. If they're us.
Yeah.
Because pinball's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, we alluded to this earlier in the show, but Pinball FX2 was released on Xbox One. Mm-hmm. And if you bought tables on the 360, you got them. For free.
Mostly.
Or you were supposed to.
That's pretty nice.
Kinda. Yeah. It basically made me go, all right, I'm going to play this on the Xbox One. Because I mean, there was no reason not to, because I owned literally every table on the 360 version.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, bring it on. And yeah, it's the same game for the most part, but playing on that controller is different because those triggers are way different. It makes me realize I don't like the Xbox One's controllers or triggers as much as I do the 360s.
For some games, they're better. I don't know they work that. There's not as much give for this game. I think for racing games, I think they're great.
Yeah, this is true. So. But yeah, for pinball, it felt like, and using those bumpers, you fucking forget that because those bumpers are terrible.
Okay.
They are.
All right.
This is not up for debate. They're terrible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You have bested me.
Yeah. See? I told you.
You've bested me by not allowing me to take place in this debate.
But really, I tried it and it was like, no, this is not happening. Because I did get used to using the bumpers on the 360 version during my quest for every friggin' achievement ever.
Sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, it plays the same. It is kind of fun to be able to get one of the crazy achievements on a table and go, Xbox, record that.
Yeah.
And post that clip to YouTube and talk about it, which I did for a few of them.
Yes.
But I used the Kinect mic, which is terrible.
Sounds like garbage.
Yeah, it sounds so bad, but it is. I'm not sure if it's just smart or if my timing was good, but it seemed to pick up right at a good point before when I got the achievement. Like it showed basically, like when I got the one on paranormal.
Yeah.
Is it paranormal? Yeah, it was paranormal. It showed like almost every step that you had to do. It recorded right from the start. It had them.
So do you get a chance to like edit or do voiceover on those videos before it posts them to YouTube?
Yeah, well, what you do is you say record that, and it saves it to the hard drive, and then you have to go into the editing program and upload Studio. And for some reason, mine stripped the sound out when I did that, which
it's done that to a lot of people.
Yeah, I have no idea how to fix that.
Okay.
But it stripped all the sound out, but it could record. I could record voiceover. I could edit, a start and a finish, and I could basically put clips together if I wanted to spend enough time doing it.
Okay. You could put Instagram filters on it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Ooh,
but
vignette.
that's the thing is then you have to upload it to your OneDrive, and then you have to go on like YouTube or on your computer and
snatch
pull
it
it down
from
and then re-upload it to YouTube.
Oh, that's
Wait,
kind
I thought they've added YouTube now.
at least when I tried it, I didn't.
Okay.
That wasn't there.
Okay.
Might have
It's
been
basically like send it to your OneDrive. I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
So I posted it the next day, but
I think PS4 has something similar.
You can copy
it's
right
the
to
share.
a USB button.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there's like a copy this
That's
file
cool.
straight to a USB.
But you can
drive.
upload it directly to Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, from
YouTube's
Yeah,
coming
Facebook.
supposedly. But
Yeah.
Okay.
There's all that stuff.
and you can start Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's-
It won't
that's true.
archive. But
I have a feeling
Twitch
they're
doesn't
giving up on
archive
YouTube
anything.
since they change it every week. They'd be like, we're not trying to keep up with you. Dumb
Yeah, their
asses.
API is broken. Like every week they change something. It's like, well, how do we access now? And it's like, well, figure it out.
You don't.
Yeah. Google.
Okay. But that is cool that you can do all that stuff sort of in just right on the console and package it up nice for for sale.
And I do like how they organize the tables in the Xbox One version of Pinball FX, where you can create a favorites tab, so you can just
that's
put
nice.
all the tables that you play most often in the favorites
Can
tab.
you? Because I was going to say, I hate the weird little panels. Like,
The
these are
grid.
the Marvel tables. These are the Star Wars tables. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that weird grid where everything highlights.
Well, yeah, that's on the 360. This one, it's like it's better. The PC version's weird too. Like it's weird that they have three completely different interfaces for the three systems.
Yep.
And I don't even know what the PS4 one looks like because I just haven't
I think
gone
it's the
into
same. It looks very similar to what I remember from the 360.
that. Okay.
I actually have played a little bit of one table on Pinball FX. It was the free one that you got, the
Sorcerer's Lair. Played a lot of Sorcerer's Lair.
Yeah, I played that in... The only thing I want to mention about it is that I played it in 3D, and that was kind of freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have a third dimension television, and when it fired up, like, I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and I said, here, try playing that. I got a free table. I was trying to figure out how to word that. And... I don't know, it I had walked out of the room for something. She's like, "It's saying something about 3D. What do you want me to do about this?" I'm like,
Did you come running?
Yeah, put that shit on.
"Yeah."
Put them glasses on now.
Wait, tell it yes. I'll be right back. And I ran in and found my box of things that I never use and pulled out my 3D glasses.
Oh,
I was like, "Here, let's play it in 3D." And
scary box.
it's got 3D glasses and
box.
Xbox cables.
Okay.
And so we played pinball in 3D for a little while, and it was way more awesome than I imagined it would be. The 3D's done really well in FX.
Yeah, I played one of the Star Wars tables with that on, and it is like it adds a nice sense of depth to it that's not too intrusive.
Yeah. It's every once in a while something happens, you're like, whoa, 3D effect. But for the most part, it's just a nice depth, and it's well done. I like it a lot.
But they I do like how they organize the panels. I don't like how they did the achievements on it.
Yeah.
Because it's weird. Because on the 360 or on the 1, they gave you 1,000 points are in
Sorcerer's Lair.
Sorcerer's Lair,
which is free.
It's free.
It's basically a
and
free
every
1,000
table
point
you
game.
download is worth 10 points.
Yeah.
And there's one achievement in each of them. And I cranked through quite a few of those.
Most of them, well, I think all of them, are one of the achievements, one of the same ones from the 360.
Yeah. And then the later tables like Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool, they didn't have achievements because
Yeah.
they just ran out.
Yeah.
You know, they actually they got to 100 achievements and then they're like, all right, well, I guess we're done now.
Yeah, that's all they let us have.
Yeah, so the later tables didn't have it.
Yeah.
I didn't play a ton of Deadpool, but I really liked the part where it said something like, it's probably going to be better than the Iron Man table, which is
Yeah.
Oh.
true because that table's kind of bad.
Yeah, God,
kind of is.
yeah, you learn which tables suck pretty bad and which ones don't. But no, I mean, I think it's probably the better version. The only problem is having to play on that controller because I found with the way those triggers work, my fingers got fatigued after like maybe 30, 45 minutes. And when I sit down to play pinball, man, I'm locked in. I'm playing pinball for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you, and Pinball FX, it's so easy to keep a ball on the table for so long.
Yes.
That
Good
yeah.
ball movement.
Yeah, that's good ball movement. But yeah, I have a lot of achievements on Sorcerer's Lair now. I have some of the really hard ones too, like play every mode, which is like, all right, yeah, this game lasted half an hour. Good luck.
Nice.
And then I would fuck up the one thing after like 45 minutes of playing and be like, all right, I'm never playing this table again. Let's do something else.
Let's do something else, like fire up this table again.
Yeah. Like try a different table and then maybe come back. Yeah.
I went on a little bit of a pinball arcade binge again and threw up some decent high scores. And I just got into those tables again because it's an excellent collection of tables. And probably played 5 or 6 hours worth of pinball in like 2 days. Because it's just those tables are so well done. But the sound is still garbage, and the rest of all the user interfaces,
they still haven't fixed
terrible garbage.
PS4 version.
No,
Oh, why would they?
It still sounds like
both
complete trash.
Both versions, both the downloadable version and the disc version, are just
Yeah, no update.
super.
Just
And
like-
there's no you can't purchase any tables. It's so fucking broken. The whole
That's why I went to the PC and never looked back.
yeah, and
It's the only one they seem to not fuck up.
Yeah, I think it's just easier for them to fix it.
Probably.
And
Oh,
they
yeah.
can just like zing a patch over.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
like
it's
the reason
Steam.
why Season 2 isn't on PS4, because they've been waiting for Microsoft to greenlight them to publish on them, but they've got that agreement to where it has to be published on Microsoft first before somewhere else.
God, Farsight is so dumb.
So unless they came up with exclusive content just for the Xbox, which they can't, because how would they? They can't even really get the actual content right. So how would they be producing this console? It's
I
just
did not know that was yet another fucking boneheaded decision that they've made somewhere along the line. God, somebody.
Well, they should have been put out by a company called Hindsight.
Yeah. You'd think Farsight, they would have been able
think.
to see these problems
No.
like 2, 3, 4 years ago when
Yeah,
they first
did
started
they-
fucking up.
Did they get Addams Family funded yet?
I haven't looked, but I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah. Well, it's
I don't know if
running
it's one of
now.
those 90-day Kickstarters or whatever.
I should go on Kickstarter, but
I kind of hope not. Like that, I feel like it's shitty of me to say, but I just
no, man.
Nah,
That's the thing. When they get a table out, they do it right.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's never going to come to a
Aside
fucking
from-
system I ever own.
You got to get an iPad.
I don't want to play fucking pinball on an iPad.
It's pretty good on an iPad.
I don't want to pay $600 for a fucking pinball arcade machine.
It needs another $20,000.
20,000. That's not
In
bad.
16
They're
days,
asking like 93.
They'll make it.
Yeah, they'll make it. But yeah, I've been playing on the Vita
Yep.
Pinball Arcade a lot. Actually, ended up
you've
buying season 2.
Well, you've been playing it like every time we've podcasted. You've been holding that not while we're podcasting,
Yeah.
but on the run up to
Only on break.
podcasting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been holding that little weird batarang.
And you know what? I didn't used to like playing on the Vita, but I really like it now. And I can't figure out what happened, but I've put up some amazing scores.
Your lack of access to television, perhaps?
Maybe.
Could be.
But no, I don't know. I mean, and
You
the
learn to
shoulder
like what
buttons
you
are
have.
still mushy. I wish I could remap things, but it doesn't let you.
wow.
But the shoulder buttons are still mushy on that. But I've just put up some really, really good scores and cleared out most of the basic goals on just about every table in the first and second seasons, which in itself is really stupid to go through because some of those are really stupid. And Harem Multi-Ball is still fucked on Tales of Arabian Nights.
Well, you can't get
Gotta
it,
sneak
but-
in there.
Yeah, and Whitewater, I don't know what they did to Whitewater, which is one of my favorite tables of all time in the real thing, but they fucked it in their version. Like, the physics are fucked. If it goes off in the right, it's going to go in the out lane 99% of the time. Every single... It drives me insane because as soon as it gets over there, I know it's going there, and I'll bump the table, and it'll still go down the out lane.
I still have beef with Whitewater, so
The weird thing about their ports for different things is that they have different physics engines for depending on what system you're on. And I know the Vita and like the iPad stuff like that are totally different from the consoles in terms of how the ball moves. It's really strange, but I mean, I know the problem that you're running into, but like on consoles, it just doesn't happen
well, going
Yeah.
like
because
going,
they've got the power to actually run, physics.
yeah. Going from the 360 to the PS4, the timing you have to relearn timing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
On
lag.
those two.
There's definitely lag.
It's
And there's
I
no
had
way to
learn
adjust it.
The timing between on Pinball FX between 360 and Xbox One is
Yeah.
different. It's very different, which is really weird.
yeah,
but
it's strange.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they're making their deals. I don't know how the Dracula table came out without a Kickstarter or anything. Like, does whoever owns that movie not give a shit?
Leftovers from
Or do they
TOS?
sign a different...
That's
agreement?
That's Columbia, who is now farming out a lot of their titles to this shitty like $5 Walmart dump bin company.
Okay.
So yeah, they probably no longer care.
Okay. I'm just saying, I mean, that's just
Yeah.
weird. It's like Addams Family wasn't a blockbuster movie, but it was a blockbuster pinball table.
Did they do a Dracula Kickstarter though?
No,
I don't know. It just came out.
It was just here's our next table.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was like coming out. Next thing I know, it's like, hey, Bram Stoker's
Yeah.
Dracula's out. And I'm like, oh,
Was it leftover money from TOS? Didn't they make?
No,
Might have been.
you mean TNG?
But I mean, like, also,
Yeah,
like, I know
TNG, sorry.
the Universal monsters, like, Universal will just be like, please put our monsters in anything that you've got, and they will hand those things out easily. So, I mean, it could just been a case of, like, you want to make it, go ahead, who cares?
Let's
Well,
do a
just,
creature
I mean,
from the Black Lagoon. No go.
It has, it has actors' voices in it. So, I mean,
Oh, I know. They would have to go to them individually.
Yeah.
But Winona
Which-
Ryder
which
is probably
Dracula?
like, I just
Oh,
need
it's-
bail money, so
oh, yeah.
whatever you want to give me.
you want me to make fresh, sex noises for you? I'll do that. Yeah.
It's funny.
right,
I
it's
said
Bram
that to
Stoker's.
someone online. It was like, enjoy the Winona Ryder sex noises, and they knew exactly what I was talking about. They were like, I love that. I was like, as you should.
Who doesn't?
That's what you want. Winona Ryder sex noises.
.tumblr.com.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
that
Wish you
that
had
went
your
over.
laptop, don't you?
Winona Ryder Sex Noises is my Dog Star cover band.
Oh, nice.
But I will say the leftover money from their previous Kickstarters, they just roll over into the next one.
Yeah.
And they say they just take that off of the total goal.
Yeah, they don't ask for the top amount.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we got this.
So they're like,
first.
we got 10 grand more than we needed for Terminator, so
Yeah.
Adam's Family, we need 10 grand less than we would have needed.
And they could be leveraging that. They could have used that 10 grand towards Dracula and said, we will make that 10 grand back. And so,
Yeah.
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 They'll make
It's
it.
always. I mean, they seem to not do terribly with money. They just
they
fuck
seem to be
everything
doing all
else.
right.
it's just
up.
6 dudes in a house somewhere from that one video
Yeah.
that I saw. It's
6 guys picked to live in a
I mean,
house.
it's a real fancy house. I mean,
Yeah.
the video that they showed, they're like in Oregon or something, and it's
Oh,
super
yeah, all the
swanky.
houses
you got
are
all
fancy
these
out there.
restored pinball tables
Yeah.
there, man. Yeah. But They're still putting out season 3 stuff on Vita, so I guess whatever that deal was didn't apply to Vita or PS3 or something, because I
Probably
think
not,
those are cross buy.
Yeah, and I bought a season 3 pass for the PC.
Yeah, you can't even buy the season 3 pass yet on
the
on anything.
PlayStation.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's video games.
yeah, but those. I really love the system of having basic goals and wizard goals. The only thing that drives me crazy is not letting the wizard goals just start rolling in.
Yes.
Because whenever I get that last goal on basic,
You always get all 5 wizard goals on
Yep.
that same
Is
fucking
suddenly
ball.
you have the best run of your life.
Yep.
And you will never ever repeat that run.
Nope.
Ever again. So.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
It
Pretty
hurts.
You just once you hit that last standard goal, you just let the ball drain.
I've started doing that.
Go home.
That's what you got to do.
I've
up
started doing that because I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to be angry at myself later on.
Pick up your flippers and go home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And speaking of flippers, real quick, I bought Peggle 2 on Xbox One.
Peggle.
Yeah.
Peggle.
Why'd you buy it? You join EA Access and get it for free.
Yeah, because
He'd bought it before.
Oh,
and it was like half price.
Yeah.
So it was like $6. If I can't afford $6, what can I afford?
$3.
$3.
I can afford a coffee at Starbucks.
No,
But,
nope.
Yeah,
you could
that's-
borrow $1 and get a foot.
That's more Peggle, but with more Big Lebowski references. I
A
guess.
lot more Big
What?
Lebowski references. It's really
Why are there
weird.
Big Lebowski references in Peggle?
Because those guys are fucking high all the time making Peggle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's more Peggle. I kind of feel like there's a weird overscan issue that I can't fix on my Xbox One.
Really?
I remember you talking to me about this. I
Yeah.
don't have this.
I can't get into the menu that lets you adjust overscan, and the overscan is already set on that one. It's just like, yeah, we're good, and so stuff's getting cut off on the edges of the screen. But otherwise, that is, it's what you want from Peggle. It's more Peggle and more weird powers when you hit the green thing, and
Ooh, powers
Uh-huh.
in the green thing.
yeah.
Yep.
The
And I got a
guys who
bunch
make
of
Peggle have
achievements.
been hitting the green thing, and that's
Yep.
why. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
and I got a bunch of
Podcat
achievements
games.
in it, so it served its purpose for me.
Good.
But yeah,
Brief aside, the overscan thing, like all games presenting that little overscan corrector thing at the beginning is the most wonderful thing on planet Earth.
I agree.
Well, except that it's supposed to be baked into the system now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
set
it's
it once
supposed to
in the
be.
Yeah. But they still do it.
But
I know.
because it's Xbox One, good fucking luck finding it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think when I set mine up,
Xbox
it asked
show
me.
overscan.
It did.
Yeah.
But some games then have their own,
Yeah,
which
but-
is strange. Like, why don't they conform to the system level?
Right.
Well, things are weird, and just the fact that they're there,
Yeah.
because there's sometimes some games just go, "Bleh," and like
Yes, they do.
there were some games that I had issues with it, especially on my old TV, and just the fact that it's there is a nice thing. And sometimes I like things just a little bit, narrower than the
I bring
outer
in
limits of the
sometimes.
TV.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll feel like I feel too close. Like,
Yeah.
I just practice in a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the problem with last gen was it wasn't on the system, and now
Yeah.
that it is, individual games don't need it.
but they all
No.
do it. And they
Yeah.
should.
It's
Okay.
It's a
Peggle's
good-
the only one
it's a
I've
good
noticed
practice.
it being an issue.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause I'll look
brightness
and I'll be
and-
like, that's cutting things off.
Yeah.
So
The brightness thing, too, is another weird thing that all the games are doing, which
I just crank it up anyway.
my brightness is set as it should be, but every game comes along, it's like, set it to where you can only see this emblem a little tiny bit. And I'm like, no,
No.
because if I
Yeah.
crank it all the way down there, I can't see shit.
yeah,
I always like.
I
My
crank
brightness
that
I
up.
is
crank it
fine.
up to I am getting a tan from my TV because I'm not I'm not going to
Exactly.
deal with trying to I will squint if it's dark. I'll just be squinting, and all these games that I'm playing are dark games, and it just
Yeah.
it gives me a headache. So I just crank it up and whatever. I'll buy a new TV in a year.
Good job.
Burn that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Haven't said motherfucker in a while. So.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
Well,
Put $1 in the jar.
Speaking of, no,
Speaking of motherfuckers,
we got a free game from PS Plus. Or sort of a free
we
game.
did.
What?
Yeah, we all got a free
We
game.
all got a free game.
Everybody
but
gets a free
two
game.
Two of us at least here have played it because it is a local multiplayer only
It is.
game.
It is.
Sports Friends.
Friends of
Friends.
Sports. That's a weird little package.
But no, it's a very strange game. I mean, it is not a sports game at all.
Yeah, it is. It's a game about sports that you play with your friends.
Not at all realistic sports.
But they're not sports.
no,
sports.
not-
They're,
no,
Nobody
of
is
course
playing-
not. They're,
or is playing these.
they're
They're
esports.
sportish.
they're like olden times if we lived in a castle filled with lava.
Not even. It's They're weird. They're weird little like sportsy games that would be
yeah.
like California games, but the bizarre alien version.
It's a collection of four mini games, and they're all made by different little tiny teams.
Yep.
And then they bundled them together and got together and put it out as a game.
Didn't they kickstart that or something?
I believe so. Yes.
To put it out originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we played a little bit of Barry Ball.
Barbary Ball. That was a weird game that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure out how we were scoring.
Did not explain rules well.
Yeah, I heard another cast talking about how you just had to throw the ball onto the other team's side. But I think if we had started with like the beginner level, we did the random level. If we had started at the beginner level, maybe we would have understood it
Perhaps.
more. But it looks like there's some potential for some really interesting stuff there. It's like Smash
Meets Joust, sort of.
Yeah, Smash meets
Because you can like
Joust,
jump
but
on the
it's
other
very-
person's head and it
Yeah.
does stuff.
Very simplified, but also really weird.
But better than that.
Much better.
What the hell was it called again?
Super Pole Riders.
Super Pole Riders.
What?
Ask your mother. Eh? Eh?
That is hella fun, stupid.
The Super Bowl Riders is cool.
We played that for
Love
way
riding
Like your
Super
mom.
Bowl?
That's
Oh,
all
I do.
fun. Yeah.
Like you do.
But you are what looks like a pole vaulter. You have on either side of the map or screen, I guess, there's a goal and there's a ball on a string in between the goals, and you have to kick or hit the ball into your opponent's goal. And your method of doing so is you're a little dude with a pole vault pole.
Sure.
And you can either whack the ball with the pole, which is inefficient, or you can do a pole vaulty style thing and
Put
kick
you
it.
into a ninja kick.
Yeah, he just ninja kicks it, and that goes really far. And you can also ninja kick your opponent. If you, like, when you two collide, whoever is higher up on the pole, or is the pole, or is it just in the air? I think it's just in the air. Whoever's higher up
It's an
will knock
informal
the other
pole.
person. Yeah, informal pole. Yeah.
It's an exit
Is it
pole.
a straw pole? But yeah, like left stick controls left and right movement, and right stick controls pole movement.
Yeah.
Pole movement.
I tried to not laugh.
Yeah. Like to connect with that motion control.
There you go. That's some good pole movement.
God damn it.
But it's really weird. Like, you can do these bizarre things, like you just run into each other with your poles erect and whacking against
So
each other.
moving on, let's talk about Halo Spartan Assault, Chuck.
No.
But-
I want to talk about the whacking.
Were you guys playing on, you guys were
Erect
playing on
pole
PS4,
whacking.
right?
Halo
Boys out of my shit.
sports friends been out
Yes.
there whacking.
Whacking in my tool shit.
You've been whacking in my sports friends. That boy ain't right.
You look familiar.
So yeah, that's Super Pole Riders.
But it's a really weird, like, it's
it is indeed.
Who won?
It's
Oh, everybody wins.
everybody wins.
Everyone gets
when your
their
poles
poles
are
whacking.
smacking each other.
Ninja kick each other's poles.
Oh, sword
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So,
But
so it was a great finish.
yeah, strong finish.
Strong.
Yeah.
Sweet
I
tropes.
was I was spent when we were done. It was
Yeah.
very competitive.
Great.
The pole whacking.
And we were better friends. Better sport friends.
We have an intimate knowledge of each other now
We do.
in a pole fashion.
Yeah.
But it's a cool little game. It's
Yeah.
a game you should.
And
play
we didn't
with
get to
your
the other
friends.
ones, like Johan and Sebastian Joust.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the best one.
Well, I think that takes 4 players or something. There was one of them that was
I
like
don't
4.
know.
only.
Now,
I
were
don't
you
know if
just
it
playing with the
required-
regular PS4 controllers?
Correct.
Yeah, the only
You
one
didn't
that
add any move controllers?
No, I think that the Joust one is the only one that
Yeah.
needs the moves.
Yeah.
You
Or
don't need
it, but
you don't need the move for
but
any of them.
it's better
You-
with
just
move.
they say it's better,
Better
with
with move.
PlayStation Move. I buy everything.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just like that.
Yeah, that's actually in the promo. Anyhow, so
Halo Spartan Assault, Chuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I played Halo Spartan Assault.
Cool.
Speaking of
There was no pole whacking.
pole whacking,
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I don't know, Spartans.
Kind of paid attention. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
First of all, that game has become my I am loading something on the Xbox One. I will play Halo Spartan Assault until that is done. So
Yeah.
that's fine. That's a cool thing that you couldn't do last generation.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's a mobile game that they kind of blew up, for Xbox because they had to have a
Mobile or MOBA?
mobile.
Okay.
It's a twin stick shooter.
All right.
Yeah. The problem with it being a twin stick shooter is that unlike most other twin stick shooters, you also have to pull the right trigger to shoot. which
Oh, so it's like Hotline Miami.
I don't care for that.
Twin stick shooter is where you top down, move around with the left
Robotron.
stick, and then
Yeah.
with the right stick you are pointing your gun.
Geometry Wars, Robotron,
Okay,
all
right.
those things.
That's for some reason I can like people say twin stick shooter, and my brain goes, huh?
Yeah.
Every single time.
No,
so I have
that's-
to make sure I'm
Yeah,
thinking
that's what
about
it
it
is.
correctly.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to play a couple of rounds of while stuff's installing or whatever. But other than that, it's not terrific.
Yeah.
It's presented like a bunch of historical documents.
Really? What?
Kind of. It's just like, hey, rookie Spartan, you want to find out how Jim Spartan did at this battle of
Oh, do I?
Moonbase 12? Well, let's go take a look.
Man, would I ever?
Oh man,
I
they told
would
you about
like to
Moonbase
see that.
12?
So, it's not fucking with the lore or anything. Not that who cares, but it's
Wait, is it Star Trek or Galaxy Quest?
no,
He said it's fucking with the lore.
it's not the lore. Jerk.
The Lord and Savior?
Yes,
Now I'm on board.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
It was free at some point.
Yep.
I didn't pay for it.
Yep, I got that.
Yeah.
Games with gold.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, gold
G,
games.
The
Gold.
G.
I've got those.
So that's it.
Yeah. So you say don't play it, don't bother, unless you got a free. And
No,
I
I
seem
mean
to remember the mobile version being like very microtransaction-y.
it's got
was what it
that,
was.
but it never. That kind of stuff doesn't phase me in a lot of games. I'm not seeing it because I'm just like, well, it says hit X to play. I'll do that, and then I play the game. So, yeah, there's a bunch of like currency and weapons and upgrade and bullshit, but it's never so far has not affected me in any way.
Okay.
So, but for
Alright.
like a good, I've got 15 minutes. I could clear a level. Yeah, it's fine for that.
All right. I'll give it a shot. Then.
Stuff
Would you say
blows up
that
pretty
it's
good.
Spartan.
Simple.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So tell us about last generation, Maggie.
Well,
Last
it kind
generation
of bleeds
sucks.
into this generation, but I got around 99,980
Problem.
achievement points.
Oh.
Yes, problems as well.
That is a problem.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? I am so close to 100,000. I want to hit that exactly and stop.
Forever?
Never play Xbox again.
I haven't for like 3 weeks.
Cool.
So
Good plan.
So yeah,
Good plan.
Yeah,
That's what he's
so far
doing.
so good. But yeah, so
I don't know that that's what they had in mind.
Well, they done fucked up.
well, I got to a point where I had I think I had like 70 points left, or sorry, 30 points left because I had played a bunch of Peggle that weekend. I'd done a ton of Pinball FX. And
Did you watch any Netflix?
No, I didn't. Those give 0 points. So that don't count.
they're actual achievements that give 0 points.
Yeah,
Boo.
yeah, it's pretty dumb. But
Extra boo.
like whatever that is, or Sorcerer's Lair. Like I got like 150.1, and then there was like 100.1. I'm like, man, I'm cranking them out. So I got close, and then I was like, all right, true achievements. What are the easiest achievements for about 30 points? And it's like, well, I could get 15 in this, 15 in this. So it's like Geometry Wars. Get to whatever it is, 250,000 points. 15 points to do that. I was like, all right, Geometry Wars. I remember I should play that again. Geometry Wars is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Geometry Wars is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
I could not get there.
Oh.
I tried for like an hour straight, just sitting there going, all right, I'm going to fucking do this. I am doing it. This is the one. This is the one. And you just keep playing game after game going, this is the one. This is the one. And it's like, no, this is not the one. Give up on that. Got one in Geometry Wars 2, though. Apparently there was one for passing through 5 gates within like 5 seconds.
Yep.
Somehow never got that. Got it like second game. I was like, all right, sweet. Almost there, 15 points. So I tried to play N+. Do you remember N+?
Were you just trying to do the hardest games to get points?
I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
correctly.
The
It was
crazy
saying
You should have
those
played
are
the
easy-
Yaris game.
It kept saying these are the easiest achievements
Why
for
didn't
like
you get
15
in
points.
Super Meat Boy or
Yeah.
Dark Souls?
Hey, those were the ones
No,
with
you
the
already have
lowest
like
ratios that
1,000
were about
points in Dark
15
Souls.
points. Yeah, I've got all
Okay.
those in Dark Souls. So. But yeah,
not the
N
360
plus.
version.
I had forgotten how like N plus was like, all right, you just need to beat 15 levels worth.
Yeah.
And I knew I was at like 11 or 12.
What is an N plus?
N plus is
It's a little stick man.
you're a little ninja stick man.
Ooh.
And you're navigating levels, but it's basically Super Meat Boy hard, but the controls aren't as good as Super Meat Boy.
Ah.
So fuck N plus. 'Cause there were some the level opened up and I looked at it and said, I have no fucking clue how to even attempt this. So had to quit that one. Eventually went into, I was like, fine, just find me anything. And then Pinball Effects, there were a couple 5-point ones that I got. So I was down to 10 points. 10 points I was down to. And I was like, what is there? And I found Mortal Kombat Arcade doing a friendship would get me 10 points. So I went into Mortal Kombat Arcade and I swept the leg Johnny on somebody like 50 times until they died.
Oh, God, you cheated out.
And then I performed a friendship, got my 10 points, hit 100,000, said, yes.
Threw your Xbox into the sun.
Yes, and then I made sure that it registered on the site, and then I shut it down, and I have not turned on either Xbox since then.
Somehow I imagine that happening. You get a grin on your face, turning off your Xbox, and then it's like, Rocket Man!
That's what happened. There was a ceremony and everything. We just sent his Xbox into the sun.
And from that point forward, I was like, all right, trophies, let's do this. So I have done nothing but trophies since that point.
What are you doing?
Or PC games.
Are you in search of trophies?
Yeah, well, I've been doing all the pinball ones.
Okay.
But I tried to do it on my birthday, because my birthday with my wife was like, you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do all day. I'm going to play motherfucking video games. And I thought I was going to make it because I got a bunch in Dirt 2, and then I was doing the Peggle ones, and I was like, man, I'm cranking out points. I thought I was going to get 100,000 on my birthday. It didn't happen. I had to wait until Monday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, though. But yeah.
So at least you got to play video games on your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Had a nice dinner, got some cake. Played some video games.
Oh, man.
Yeah, BB's.
What?
It was cake without, God, I forgot how they put it. It was like, it didn't have...
Gluten.
No, it wasn't like gluten-free
fuck
cake.
that.
But it was like really super dense because there was something about it they didn't put in it.
Like no flour?
Yeah, no flour. That's right. That's the word I was looking for. Flour. There were no flowers in my cake. So it was like fudge, and I could only eat like a morsel of it.
That
a
sounds
wee
great.
morsel of cake.
Yeah. So I had
glad you
that.
had
The
cake.
best part of that was I had that cake for like 5 straight days because I could only eat like a fifth of it at a time because it was so fucking dense.
So it's like astronaut cake.
You just glues your jaws shut for 20 hours.
Yeah. But no, I didn't get 100,000 on my birthday, but it was close enough. So it's going to be weird when I play an Xbox game again because I'm going to be like, what games can I play?
No, you're done with the Xbox.
Yeah,
you made 100,000. You won.
What games could I play I won't achieve in?
You won the Xbox. You never
did.
need to play it again.
Yeah, just go find all your 1,000-point games. You can replay them.
Yeah, Moonpear is just going to be like, are you ever coming back? Probably not, dude.
No, he's like, 100,000 game was cool. Whatever. Amateur.
Yeah,
How
he's
quaint.
at like 450.
Yeah. Fucking street urchin, man. Hey, street urchin, if you're listening.
Hey,
buddy.
we like you.
So, I think we have a new corner, or a return of a corner.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What?
It's time for Demolition.
Demolition.
Oh, wow.
Demolition.
And starting us off is Poopy Trousers.
Love trousers?
Oh, PT, isn't that what it stands
PT?
for? Poopy Trousers.
Shit your pants, the video game.
Yeah, Poopy Trousers.
Poopy trousers.
What else does it stand for? I have no idea.
Oh, what was it? It was like
Press triangle.
Playable
That's
trial.
what
Playable
No, it's
something,
press
yeah.
triangle. It's got to be it.
Could be.
That's how you win the game. It's press
But yeah,
triangle.
Oh, okay.
which ended up a playable
know why.
teaser. That's what it
That's
was.
it. Playable teaser.
Because
Paul Thomas.
Yes.
but it just showed up on
Paul
the
F.
PS Store.
Tompkins.
It was like PT
Yep.
demo.
Part-time.
Yeah,
It
Part-time
was
demo.
the day of, what was it, Gamescom?
Sure.
I believe so.
And they were just like, hey, you should go check out this
I
thing.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, there's a thing in the
Which was
PlayStation
eventually
store now.
revealed to be the teaser for Silent Hills.
Zuh.
Silent Hill dollar sign.
Silent Hill Z.
Yes. With Guillermo del Toro sort of behind it, along with
and
the original
also
guy.
with
Hideo Kojima.
Sure.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
doesn't it have the Walking Dead guy that people like?
Oh, yeah, he's in it.
Norman
Yeah.
Reedus.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus. That's it.
People like him.
Yeah, people
Yes,
like
they
Norman
do.
Reedus.
So yeah,
People like Norman Reedus.
So yeah, PT, Poopy Trousers. Let's talk about that. I fired it up about 3 minutes before we were. It came out on the day we were going to podcast something else. And BJ usually arrives first because he's closest geographically from where he works to where I am.
Yep.
And so I didn't know what this was. I mean, because the picture is like a happy stump in the woods, and I'm like, I
don't know if that's a happy stump in
Well,
the
I'm
woods.
just saying,
to be
it's pleasant,
perfectly
it's
honest.
Any
outdoor.
stump in the woods
I'm like, well,
truly
that's
happy.
what is
A
this?
stump in the woods.
It just said free game. It didn't even say demo. It was like, all right, well, what is this free thing that's stump in the woods?
And I think I had heard about it by the time I got over to your house. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
I didn't know much about it
I
other
knew
than
nothing.
it was like scary and it's a thing.
For some reason, I just was in the store and I was like, "What is this new free game thing? I will attempt this." So anyway, very quickly realized it's a shit your pants, things jump out and survival horror type thing.
Things don't even have to jump out to make you shit your pants. It's just
Sounds
abject
make you
terror.
shit your
The game.
pants.
Yeah. So it's just really not the kind of game I would normally play, but
We shit each other's pants while we were watching this.
Here, give me your pants.
It was like Sports Friends all over again.
There was
Two guys,
a little bit
It
less
was two
sword
guys,
fighting.
one controller. Yeah.
right.
And, but yeah, so
I've
we're
seen that
kind
video.
of like playing this and experiencing.
You're playing it. I'm sitting there shaking in terror.
Yeah, and
shitting your pants.
there's
Shitting
things
his
jumping
pants.
out. There's weird eraser head babies in the sink. There's
Yep.
Yes.
there's talking head bag things.
There are noises that are just behind you
There's
for no reason.
There's asthma ghost.
and you turn around and they're still behind you.
Yeah, and then we got to a certain point and walked around for fucking forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until because the game doesn't do. There's no kind
No,
of UI. Like it's just like
No
go.
tutorial.
And
No,
I didn't
it's
realize
just
because
terror.
everything you've done has just been walk around and I think holding the right stick to zoom in.
Yep.
And finally realized no, you have to hit buttons at certain points in the
Mm-hmm.
game. So we figured something out and got somewhere. And I don't know. I've pretty much just refused to play this alone, but apparently there's still some more to go.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
probably
had a ways
smart
to go.
because you have to have somebody watching behind you for asthma ghost
Sure.
in case it tries to sneak
Why
up
not?
on you.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, it's a pants trousers. Pants poopy trousers.
Yeah, poopy trousers.
Yeah.
The atmosphere in that game is
Poo
really
trousers.
great.
it really is. Like it's
I mean, the Silent Hill games have not been like this in a long, long time.
It's-
They've been really
yeah.
dumb. So for a game to come along and actually, be somewhat creative in terms of being scary,
Yeah.
that's a rarity that games have sort of forgotten how to do. So,
yeah.
I mean, they were marketing this teaser with like Paranormal Activity type footage of night vision gamers playing it and just jumping. And that was how that was their whole promo for it. It was just
Don't
like,
play it with the lights off. That's
No, you
do
should.
not
Oh, that's
do
totally
not
I
give
should
an,
put with headphones on.
do not give an option. No.
Oh yeah,
Do not give a ghost a chance to sneak up on you.
that's right. The ghosts
So did you
that
ever
live
end
in your
up-
house.
Did you ever end up beating it?
No.
He hasn't played it since.
No, I
okay.
We all went home and he was like, "Nope."
No, you just never open that book again. Once you
No.
open it up and
No,
some
once-
creepy things happen, you
It's like,
close it and hide it. Don't touch that puzzle box.
Who was it? I think Scott in the live stream said apparently there's a part where you have to have a mic plugged in.
Oh,
I'm assuming you have to read the Latin. Like,
that thing that you zoomed in on.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm now honestly creeped out again.
That you have to have a mic plugged in.
Yeah,
so
just
it can
'cause-
hear, so it
just
can hear
'cause
you
something-
scream.
Right, and something's gonna like whisper in your ear when you have that.
No,
that'd
not
be
headphones,
so
a
good.
mic. Like
I
so
know,
you,
but
yeah.
but that's what I have. I have the little, I have
Yeah.
the little PlayStation came with it thing that I'm gonna put in my ear so that the microphone is properly placed so that I can scream at the ghost, and then the ghost is gonna whisper to me. It's gonna, I'm gonna kill your dad, or something, and then I'm gonna kill you.
That seems less scary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you and your dad.
Or it goes.
Oh no.
I am you. I am your dad.
Yeah, did we ever find out if Asthma Ghost was you or was
I think
the
it's
ghost?
you
Yeah.
You think you're already dead and a ghost?
with
possible.
asthma. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you died.
And that,
Asthma killed you.
That explains the inhalers.
You're searching for your.
So that's all. That's all dark and
Fucking nerd
scary,
ass
and
goes, like-
there's no future in it. So
Yeah.
let's talk about something on the horizon.
Ah.
Forza Horizon 2.
Dose.
The
AKA
demo.
Horizoning.
Fody.
Yeah, aka fuck. This is Burnout Paradise, basically.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Is it Burnout Paradise? No.
No.
Is it a much
Is
better
it as close
looking?
as we're getting?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, open world Forza Horizon, looking amazing, sounding amazing.
And there's a classical channel,
Yeah,
Nice.
which is just that's all I did in Burnout Paradise because I got tired of DJ Atomica and all that. So.
DJ Atomica here for Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah.
miss him.
Man,
So do I.
I am so bummed that I have no money to buy this. So bummed.
Just knock over.
I'd
a
loan
liquor
you
store.
mine, but this
I
is the
know.
first game I've bought digitally.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they've gone all in on the digital thing because
Yeah.
like all the versions with bonuses and like but what would have been the collector's edition or whatever, they're just like, nope, digital. The only thing you can buy is a fucking regular ass disc.
There's not a physical collector's edition with
Nope.
like a sweet
Nope.
car.
Nope.
Now I would say
Not even
This-
a tin case.
this demo did a really good job. It does the kind of thing. Did you ever play the demo?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's how I bought the game.
Yeah, the demo does a really good thing that would normally piss me off, and 95% of other demos probably, in that it's like, here's a taste of what the game is. We are now about to change locations, and if you want to see that, buy the whole game.
Yeah.
But the way I know that said, like, you hear that and you're like, fuck that. You get right to the boss and it's like, buy the game, September 30th. But this just does it so smoothly that it was like, wow, just you guys get it. Like,
It's just talking real nice to you and just slips its hand
kind of, yeah.
smoothly
And now the
into
only
your
problem
wallet
is-
and grasps $60.
Yes.
And the only problem now is it's
Shoves it
sitting
in
on
his
your hard
mouth.
drive and you can't play it.
That sucks. The fact that they are like, pre-order now, you can download it right now, which I did a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if it's ready, if I have
No,
it,
it's not.
give it to me. It doesn't have day one patch. I know,
We
but-
talked about this before the
I know.
podcast.
It needs day one patch,
You
but
have to have a patch.
yeah, the fact that it is sitting on my hard drive mocking me is cruel.
PC,
not nice.
PC gamers have dealt with this for years.
I haven't. I never have. This is the first time I've ever done this.
What, preload?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Just because other people
Thanks.
have done it before does not mean that it's less impactful
Yeah,
to Chuck.
it's
to be
hurtful.
fair,
It bothers
just got to deal with it.
me.
Sunglasses.
Just deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yep.
I will.
It is-
It's the same difference as if you had to go get the disc. It's just now it's
know,
ready to go.
But
But
this
this is
is
like the
this
disc
is like
is
he's got
sitting
the
there.
disc and some mystical force is preventing him from putting it in the drive.
Yeah, the poopy trousers ghost is
As it goes.
won't let me.
So in the demo, I have not played the demo
Uh-huh.
yet because I don't want to turn on my Xbox and
Accidentally,
I
get an
accidentally
achievement.
earn points.
or accidentally buy this game instantly.
Sure.
So
You don't need to pay your mortgage.
yeah, with either of them.
No.
But so what's different from Forza Horizon 1?
It's way prettier.
Yeah,
Obviously.
They have not changed a lot aesthetically in terms of like. I mean, it's very much like. Do you remember Forza Horizon? This is the sequel. There's not
Okay.
a lot of hey, this is so different. We've
Yeah, we
reimagined
changed this up. Yeah.
No, I mean it's new locale, obviously.
It's Europe. It's the Europe.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. The wheat fields have permanent.
Yeah.
Damage.
You
Oh,
can-
that's right.
You can make crop
yeah.
circles.
Yeah, it's really weird how the game is like the dude is talking to you like, look at this beautiful ancient European countryside. Isn't this gorgeous? Now drive your car through it. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now
because
wreck
like
it.
the race they make you do is off road, and I mean I know there was a little bit of that in Forza Horizon, but mostly you were sticking to roads. This is like you're driving through fields and bushes and all sorts
Yeah,
of
in a fucking Pagani.
yeah, and it's
Which just makes no sense.
no, but it's crazy
Mhm.
and it feels good. It looks great.
Yeah.
It's got that same
So it's basically more of what we wanted.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I started at one point like last year playing Forza Horizon again because I wanted more Forza Horizon, but I was like, I played this, I know it. I need something else. This is it. This is just
Yeah.
hey dude, you are now in Europe. Get you a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they do that thing again. It's just like the beginning of the first Forza with like the race. Like they're bringing the cars off the dock, and then it's like, hey, you need to get to the festival. You don't necessarily have to win, but you probably want to go super fast. So go.
Yeah.
And
if
then
you ain't first or last.
yeah, and then the way I mean, just the whole like approaching this festival is the same kind of glorious build that the first Forza Horizon had, which is just like, it's nighttime and everything's lit up and there's ravers everywhere and it's
And
like
there's dubstep on your radio.
yeah, it's
Damn
all
straight
of
there
that.
is.
Not what I'm going to listen to when I get
man,
the game, but
man, driving fast with fucking dubstep on the radio.
Horizon Pulse, man.
yeah.
Hell
But there's
yeah.
there's so much life to it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Base Arena. That's the one
I
that's...
Yeah,
believe
basically
I
it is.
railed against the dubstepification of games like
We-
18 months ago.
We did, yeah, but
it grew on me and it feels really fucking good. Like It's
good.
And there's actually
Top Gear, the game made it work for me.
Yeah, there's actually not as much dubstep as you'd think. I mean, it's mostly EDM stuff.
Sure.
Oh,
it's
Jesus,
still
okay.
it's so great to drive to that shit.
Yeah.
To good electronic music with the occasional filthy, nasty, badass sick drop.
Yep.
But like coming from Forza 5, which was so sterile and so lifeless, and then you load this game up and it's just like, God, this so much life is happening in this, and
It's so
personality.
crazy how Horizon was like the side child project, and now it's kind of like, no, this is the one you want. Like, this is the Forza game you want to play.
Well, because they've gone out of their way to, with every iteration of Forza, to make it more like Gran Turismo, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want stale simulation thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, Forza 5 almost felt like the Microsoft Flight Simulator of driving games. It was like
super clinical.
Yay, this is fun.
Well, taking out stations, I never imagined that taking out regular station songs would make as big a difference as it did.
Yeah.
But that one, just having their generic whatever the hell music, like,
It's this weird, vaguely heroic
yeah,
theme song, and it's like,
you know, and you're like, I got kind of sick of Lenny Kravitz. Are you going to go my way? But God, I would kill to hear that right now in this game. You know, there's that sort of feeling that you have, where it's like, I need a good song to hearing a really good song makes you want to drive fast.
Well, the first time, I think the game, did it do this for you? I assume this was a cue in the game where you're listening to like the dance music originally, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, try this other channel automatically. At least it did for me, and it was like, here's Train in Vain.
yes.
Okay, I assume that was a program to like switch to this channel and that song will start.
Yes.
Because I was like, fucking familiar song, yay!
Yeah.
Drive!
The game does do that thing that I think the first Forza Horizon did, which is basically like they've picked which channel they think you should be listening to for the type of race you're doing, which is a little annoying if you like to stay on one particular channel, but I don't mind them saying like, yeah, this is what you want. This is what we think is really going to enhance this race.
Well, yeah, like if you're in the trucks and something, it's like,
That's
you need
just
a
like-
rock station.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in the truck.
That's just like scripted music.
I know.
You know.
I know.
That's
And you can still toggle it. It only takes like
Yeah.
a button press to get to something else. So
Yeah.
it's sweet.
So you two both bought it?
Yeah, I did.
Not yet, but I will.
I bought it the second it said,
Did you
hey,
buy the limited edition, or the full, complete, ultimate, here's the season pass one?
I got whatever the middle one was.
Okay.
So
And you got $10 off,
I'm
right?
Yeah.
probably going to do the full one.
yeah.
$10 off for digital. Yeah.
It's,
Well, no,
it's not
it's
because
not.
of digital. It's because I have
Pre-order?
the Forza 5 VIP pass that came with that. So they were like,
The
hey,
limited edition for the first one, right?
yeah. So it's like, oh, you've got that? Well, now here's $10 off this. So I was like,
Interesting.
And I'll lose that $10 if I don't buy it. Damn it.
You won't lose that $10.
Yes, I will.
No.
It'll be gone.
you know what you can do?
You just
Wait until
won't-
Microsoft Store sells it for $10.
No,
in
you can
like a month.
You can buy that pass. I think it'll give you the $10 off just that pass as a digital piece of content. You can
Okay.
buy just that and then buy the game at your leisure.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
I-
You may sell me, Chuck.
Happy to do so. Everyone
wanna
should
play
have
that.
Forza in their life.
I want to play that game so bad. Of course, I'm moving right now.
Sure.
So that's
Yeah, well.
this is the worst possible time because like that and
It'll
and I
still
can't
be
get,
around.
Yeah, and I can't get Alien Isolation either, which I almost pre-ordered that, but I basically canceled it because I just
Want
paying
the
two
money,
mortgages
yeah.
drains your money faster than you would imagine.
No, I don't.
Having two
I
homes,
don't think
paying
it goes faster.
power
than you
bill, insurance, all it. Yeah. So
I don't think. I think it goes precisely
I'm
as
like-
fast, which is as fast as possible.
Yeah. Broke as a joke. But I did get to play a free demo
Okay.
of my own.
Yes.
Dude
your
at work.
very own.
Demo of
Dude at
yours.
work.
Did you make a game?
Yeah, I did. Dude at work's big Nintendo fan. This is the one who loaned me Zelda. And he said, hey, I got Smash Brothers codes. Want one? I said, yeah, sure. So I downloaded Super Smash Brothers for 3DS. The demo, which had, I believe, 5 characters. Which was like Mario,
Sounds right.
Mega Man, Animal Crossing Villager, and something else.
Tom Nook?
Link.
Was it Tom Nook? 'Cause I
it
would like to
wasn't-
beat
it
the
wasn't
shit out of Tom Nook.
No, it was not Tom Nook.
Generic village.
And then there's like one other thing, like it might have been a Kirby. I don't know. But
A Kirby.
this game, the demo at least, is like, hey, you played Smash Brothers, go. Because this game doesn't tell you shit about how to play anything. Doesn't tell you what any of the weapons are. Doesn't tell you what any of the power-ups are. Nothing. It's just like, all right, you're Mario, go fight. Go smash.
That has actually been every Smash Brothers experience I've ever had.
People are gonna hate me, but what the fuck is the big deal about Smash Brothers? Like, there is no strategy. It's basically wait until someone gets near you and then hold their direction and hit B or A, and that's it.
That's learning
all I could ever figure out.
There's learning the characters and learning. It's somewhat similar to a fighting game. You learn the characters, you learn their moves, you learn how to use that character.
Even when I killed a guy off the screen, it didn't care. The guy just popped up at the top of the screen and was like, all right, I'm going to fight you again.
You have a certain amount of lives, I think. Yeah, there's a counter or something.
I never hit the point where
Have you never played any Smash Brothers ever?
I played the shit out of the one on the GameCube, and I realized that I'm playing the exact same thing, and I still don't know what the fuck any of it means.
Yeah, that's Smash Brothers. If you don't get it, you just don't fucking get it. I don't get it either. I'm just I know that there are things that people love.
Like this guy at work, he's like, he cannot wait until this game comes out. He's like, are you getting it? Are you getting it? I'm like, no, I'm afraid not.
No.
I'm like, I'm just like, if this is what it is, then no. Because you know what? And like, how do they get away with, people are like, bitch about sports games every year being the same thing. This is the same fucking thing I played on the Wii. This is the same fucking thing I played on the GameCube. And it's like, sports games do change stuff up every year. This seems like it is absolutely identical to what I've played before.
No, man, it's a roster update.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what it feels like.
I know that it's fun to like put back as many beers as possible and play this game with your friends every once in a while, but other than that,
that wouldn't happen on the 3DS though. I mean,
beers.
Getting 4 people to play on a 3DS.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like I understand the appeal is like getting a bunch of people in a room and just all right, I can beat you, and anybody
is it only
can
3DS?
It's going to be on Wii U as well.
Okay, all right, Wii
but
U,
not at the same time.
But playing just on 3DS to me doesn't have that same appeal.
No, I wouldn't see I wouldn't see the point to that unless you can like multiple people in a room with 3Ds.
Yeah,
but
I maybe it's just I'm trying to play a local multiplayer game as a single player game and try and figure something out about it. But I never lost a match that I played in that, and I just kept switching characters. And all I had to do really was stand in one place and hit either B or A when somebody got near me in their direction, and eventually I won. And things would drop down, and I wouldn't know how to pick them up. I would just run over and press every button until they picked them up, and I'd throw a Pokeball at someone, and then it would fill up the screen, and then I never really saw what it did, but I did pick up the SNES light gun.
Yeah.
The one that had like the shoulder thing and the scope.
Oh, the Super Scope.
Yeah, Super Scope. And I shot dudes with it, and they died.
Good job.
And then they spawned at the top of the thing and fell down.
Was there a power glove?
I did not see the power
glove.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But
could you blind somebody with a Virtual Boy?
Yeah, and there were so many options grayed out.
Make them throw up.
There were a ton of options grayed out on the thing, and I didn't really like. I tried to go into things.
That would change your life. All those grayed out options.
Sure, I would find all the other options.
Which is why you have to buy it.
I don't get the appeal of Smash Brothers, and I probably never will. And I don't understand like how there can actually be a fighting game scene around this. Aside from is there a competitive quarter flipping league as well? Because
yes,
it's all fucking luck.
I will tell you, there are people that are better than other people at Smash Brothers because I've seen some people who are crazy good at it, and it doesn't matter which character they pick; they're just really good at it.
There's strategy to it. I mean,
yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
It's like that's like me with which actual fighting games. Like fuck that, nobody can play this game.
I get the appeal of having a game where basically anybody can win, though.
Yeah, I was going to say,
not if there's somebody that's any good at it.
Yes, there's a price difference. I understand that, but how is this any better or worse than Dive Kick, which is jump kick?
It is.
I'm just saying. I mean,
it is different.
You can
from
make.
Dive
I'm
Kick.
just saying you can make a strategy out of anything, and people, I'm not defending Super Smash Brothers. I'm just saying that's 2 buttons, and you don't even move. You just jump and kick.
Yeah, it is different than Dive Kick.
I understand that. I'm just saying.
Dive Kick is
I don't think that's a.
Dive Kick's basically all about waiting your opponent out.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's just going, all right, sooner or later you're going to come at me, and that's when I'm going to do it, and you're going to die. You know, it's just kind of like it's almost like a test of patience in that game.
Well, maybe that's what the secret strategy of Smash Brothers is. Who knows?
No, you got to fucking wreck your enemy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Smash
don't know
Brothers
how to
feels
win
like-
at Smash Brothers. Obviously,
Honestly, it just feels like you constantly have to be on offense. You can't even bother attempting to play defense in that game.
jump away from somebody, then jump back towards them.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know.
Smash some
I
buttons.
didn't get
That's
it.
the only way I know how to play.
I didn't get it. It didn't sell me on it because the demo very much treats it like you've played Smash Brothers, right? Go.
Sure.
Because it's not like, all right, here's Smash Brothers. Here's what these buttons do. Like I couldn't even find the menu that said, here's what B does. Here's what A does. Here's what X does. Here's what Y does. Here's what the shoulder buttons do.
That's their franchises now. I mean, you were either all on board for Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, or you're late to the party, and you're not going to get it.
Late to the Mario Party.
But yeah. But hey, it was a free demo, so
Yeah,
How many dollars did you pay for it?
none.
Woo!
Yeah,
that's a win.
that's a free demo.
It's me savings.
But it also unsold me on the game.
well, it did its job.
Yep.
To be perfectly honest, you didn't waste
Demonstrated
money.
it, and then you walked away and
Yeah.
said, "No, thank
Yep.
you."
I do
So-
not spend the money on that.
3DS
Yeah.
is a mobile system.
Sure.
Do you guys want to talk about some more mobile systems?
Ooh, mobile games.
Maybe
Oh,
back ourselves
God.
into a little mobile corner.
Oh, this could be bad.
Mobile corner.
What time is it?
Time to talk about mobile games.
Is it
All right.
speed round mobile corner time? It is.
You're going to have to cut us off from talking about this.
What are
I'm
you
just
going
going
to
to tell you
about?
now. We're going to talk about WWE Supercard.
Oh, okay.
And stop talking.
Yeah. Supercard.
It's a free game.
It is free to play. I have not spent money on it.
I did.
Chuck has spent money on it. Like the sorry soul
Not
he
free
is.
anymore.
And what did that net you?
A super rare Ultimate Warrior.
That's
maybe?
all
Do
you
you get
got?
to pick? Do you get to pick the person?
No.
No, that's not what I spent money on. I spent money on a thing.
Oh, you spent money on the recharge for the
Coin doubler.
thing.
Yeah, the
Okay.
assistant. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, what?
In the King of the Ring mode, there's an assistant that will automatically recharge your weakest person for 8 rounds.
Okay.
I was going to bed. I was in first place. I was not going to lose my first place standing, so I gave them $4.99. And
For one time use?
yeah,
Whoa! For
That is-
once, you can
all right.
only use that once.
That demonstrates my problem with free-to-play games and
Holy
the currency that they and the value they place on things in game.
to me that was my tip jar. That was like,
Yeah.
you've
Okay,
made a
fair
game
enough.
I've
All right,
played
fair enough.
constantly for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Here's $5.
Because
long
like
as
if
you're-
you want to get a legendary card, it's like literally like $50.
Oh yeah,
They're like, yeah, it gives $50 and you'll get a random legendary card.
Yep.
It might be a legendary Stephanie McMahon. Fuck you. Deal with it.
I don't think that's a card, but yes.
It is actually.
yeah,
I have,
totally is.
I have gotten my ass handed to me by a legendary Stephanie McMahon.
Well, then you were dealing with it,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sir, you are
So
being
it's,
dealt with.
it's a card game.
Yeah, it is basically a card game where you level up your cards and you combine them if they match, and it entails all the stuff that you have, but it's basically top trumps is the way it plays. Is you got 4 categories. You got strength, power, speed, and charisma because you're wrestlers because you need charisma, and the match is totally random, and it could be, all right, you need speed and charisma this round.
Yeah.
And the next round is you just need power. And divas can only fight divas, and there is a tag team, but your tag team, there's 4 different affinities, which the easy way to just say is left, right, up, and down. And if your guys are both up, then their stats will stay the same. If they're up and either left or right, if it's basically...
You want up and
it's-
down together.
You want
or
the
left and right
opposite
together?
together. And if you don't, you lose 10% of your stats. If you have them together, it's 10% added. So that becomes the strategy, is choosing which ones to put together for which matches. And then you can have stuff that upgrades you for one match. And that's how it's played. And it's just,
Well, you kind of win those. I mean,
yeah.
You-
Yeah, eventually you win them. But yeah.
Thankfully, they're
And
not
it's-
single use. They stay in your collection.
Yeah.
So
And that
best ones are the
honestly
manager 'cause
surprises
it affects
me.
everybody for
Yeah.
the whole round
yeah,
So how do you get cards?
by playing.
just play.
So
Every time you win, you get to basically look at a memory board, of face down cards, and you just pick 2 if you win, 1 if you lose, and
okay.
it'll be a common, uncommon, or possibly a rare or super rare I guess eventually you can unlock where you might flip over a legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you get one of those, then it automatically resets the board.
Yeah, there's like if you get a rare or better, it automatically resets. They all go face down, and all 20 whatever cards it is. And
yeah, and what I like about it is no matter what match you play, even if you lose, you get something. So there's never a reason to just. You're never wasting your time in it. I mean, granted, in playing this game entirely is wasting your time.
Yes,
absolutely,
because it is
100%.
I just have to say, like the way. The actual design of the user interface and user experience is garbage.
Oh, good.
It is very.
I was about to download this game.
I think it's a. As far as usability goes, it's terribly designed.
I think there are some choices that seem like twice as long to get to something that you need to do, but I think overall it's all right.
Like, I don't even know what your complaints are, but then again, I haven't been playing it as long.
Well, like when you're upgrading guys, like you can get a giant list that you have to scroll through. There's like you can't just get a grid view of okay, these are my cards. Here's what I can do. I mean, you can sort them by okay, here's my uncommons, my commons, my rares, my super rares, and then even though I don't have any legendaries or anything above that, you still have to go through those.
Well, I keep it on. There's a combinable view.
Yeah,
so you
that's the one I've kept it on mostly, but.
This is made by 2K.
Yeah.
It's basically a reskinned version of their NBA card game.
Okay, I didn't know that existed as a thing.
Yeah.
So you can play that from NBA 2K on your phone, essentially. The My Team.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
And I
see
mean-
what happens.
Do it.
I do like that the
Goodbye.
upgrade
There
stuff.
goes your battery life.
Yeah, I do like that the upgrade stuff in there. Like if you fully upgrade your Steve Austin, and then you
Fully upgrade your Steve.
yeah, and then you
I've invested $6 million in mine.
and then you feed him to your Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, you do.
Feed your Steve to your Dolph. Episode title.
You don't lose all that progress.
Right.
Like he will level the fuck out of Dolph Ziggler. Like
Totally.
as opposed to most other card games where it's just like, oh, you threw a card in, here's your points for one card.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that guy was a badass and Dolph Ziggler ate him, so now Dolph Ziggler's awesome.
Is this going to make a shitload of noise if I start it right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Unless your sound is turned off. Yeah.
There's a lot of whooshing.
Yeah.
But it's also what's also garbage, and I believe they talked about it on Giant Bomb, and I didn't think about it this way until Jeff Gerstmann talked about it, is even though it's best of 3, you still have to play all 3 matches.
Yes.
Even if you win the first 2, you got to play the third.
Yep.
And it's a time sink.
I just if I've won 2, I just meh.
Yeah, I know.
I just click.
But you still have to sit there and tap the screen through each animation. You have to show the cards strutting out. You have to show them do the power bomb to take the guy out. You have to go through all that.
I don't know. If you tap the screen fast enough, they just.
I know, but it's this time sink
like
to
that.
prevent you from getting through things and leveling up too quickly.
Sure.
And granted, there are people who have done like 5,000 matches in this already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of crazy. Like thinking about the time that we've spent in it. We've spent entirely too much time. Chuck and I keep sending pictures of like, look at this motherfucker bought himself a legendary Andre the Giant. Fuck that guy.
Yep. We are real good about that.
Yeah.
Oh, there should be like some kind of thing that says this person paid money. Because like I'll get something and I'm like, oh, that guy's only played like 120 matches. I'll beat him because he won't have all this guys leveled up from. And the next thing you know, it's like, here is a legendary something. I'm like, motherfucker.
Well, the good thing is that most of them are kind of dumb in that they will take their best card and make it their avatar. Mm-hmm. So then oh, this asshole has a legendary card. I'm not.
Yeah,
that
some
guy.
of them, but the good thing is like I got that, and like somebody had like a legendary Hulk Hogan or something like that, and I was like, "Fuck you!" And then but all of his other guys were absolute garbage.
Yes. Yep. And that is what
That's
you
how
run
you
into
know
a lot.
somebody who paid money.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, you didn't bother leveling up anybody else, so I will beat the last 2."
Yeah.
And
So like whatever the first match is, the computer is going to pick that legendary card to come out. So I feed like my worst card up front because I know I'm going to lose anyway,
Yep.
and then I know I can win the next 2. So
Yeah.
there's some I mean, you kind of have to game it. It's not like strategy, but
It's also building your, albeit small, deck.
Yes.
Because you basically only have 4 wrestlers and 1 diva. Mm-hmm. And then if you do King of the Ring, which is basically a thing that lasts for 2 days, because it's 45 matches, and then after the 45 matches, the top 8 go into a bracket, and each match is an hour long.
Yeah.
So, and you can upgrade those guys in it, but you can't combine them, but you can train them up to their maximum level. So, and they had a ladder thing. What's that?
How are you managing your time, like playing this game? There's like an hour match on your phone.
Because you just leave your guys.
Yeah, you're not
you just let it
passive.
happen.
You're not doing anything.
What Chuck had, what he was talking about, what he spent money on is your guys lose like 8 points of stamina each. You know, they have 100 points each. Yeah. They lose 8 per match. So if you leave them sitting overnight, by the morning they're at like 11% health.
Yeah.
But you have a backup of 5 people, and then you swap them in.
Rotate them in.
So generally what you do is you're going to put all your guys with 100% in before you go to bed, and then you're going to wake up. And whenever you get around to doing it, you're going to move the guys who have recharged overnight. Because if you're not playing them, they gain 20
I'm going to wake
stamina.
up to a locker room full of skeletons.
Don't do the King of the Ring thing for a while.
Yeah.
Like you're just going to have shitty ass cards. Like play 200 matches before you even think about it. I would say
they don't take long.
No, they don't.
Really
like,
don't. I mean,
I'm just saying, like
30 seconds.
Just sounds like a lot.
You're going to be like getting so many cards and better cards that like
100 minutes.
what is it? It's like 2 days to be in the King of the Ring match.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the first time you do it, you're like, what? Like, the first time I did it, I was like, Chuck, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't upgrade any of these
Right.
people. I want to combine them. I can't do shit. And he's like, just don't worry about
I
it.
was like, that's what happens to everybody because
Yeah.
it doesn't explain shit to you.
Right. I'm just saying, like I would say don't even bother because you're just going to get your ass kicked like the first time if you do it right away.
But it's worth doing it just because you get a bonus if you make the brackets. That's the main
Sure.
thing is making those.
Yeah, you might get lucky.
See now,
And I've come in second place like 3 times now.
Yeah,
And so I'll get a pair of guys I can combine. So then I keep getting fucking Dolph Ziggler.
sucks.
But that's the fun thing for me is I don't know anything about wrestling like
Yeah.
past like
That's the
when-
bullshit thing about
like
it is that there's only an
1998.
uncommon Adam Rose, motherfucker. There should be a legendary Adam Rose.
what I love is going into this game and seeing these wrestlers and being like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this asshole Adam Rose making duck face in his picture? This guy's a piece of fuck.
the best was when you realized there was a guy named Jack Swagger.
Oh, that guy got so mad. So mad. I was like, this motherfucker is named fucking Jack Swagger. Are you kidding me? And then, wouldn't you know it, the first super rare card I get is Jack fucking Swagger. And then by the end, I'm like, he saved my ass too many times.
Yeah.
I like Jack Swagger now.
Yeah, it is kind of a nefarious way to get you interested in the WWE.
Yeah. Though, goddamn, Alberto Del Rio, that guy is my fucking kryptonite. I don't get it.
he's gone anyway, so you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about liking
if he
him.
shows up in the match, I'm losing it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And if I've got a charisma match and Mr. McMahon walks out,
Mr.
fuck,
McMahon, I
it's
hate him.
over because Mr. McMahon has 300 charisma in every goddamn match.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Jake the Snake's my super charisma guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Really?
him too.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake?
Oh, he's fucking up
Yeah,
there.
his is way up there.
And plus,
All right.
like, if he happens to do his move, it's like plus 20.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
That's actually his move, is to give you plus 20 charisma.
Yep.
That's a pretty good move.
I haven't figured out. I guess that's just totally random, their moves. There's no way to
Yes.
affect that, right?
Yeah, I don't know when that hits and when it
Yeah,
doesn't.
I
or
haven't
why.
figured that out.
It's a
all.
random roll.
Okay.
Because, like, I've had it where, like, it'll be, like, Page versus Page in a Divas match, and, like, you're supposed to get a speed bonus, and the other person will get it, and I won't. I'm like, and then
Yeah.
I lose. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? We should have at least tied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
what
Which just
Alberto
pisses me
Del
off.
Rio does to me. Every
Yeah.
single time he will get the bonus, and he will always be like that. I'll be like 30 points ahead of him, and suddenly he'll break out like a plus 20 ladder, and then he'll suddenly do his bonus thing, and suddenly I'm losing by 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I was about to kick your ass, Alberto Del Rio. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's super card.
Yeah. But say, like, real quick, I don't like card games. I never have. I just, anytime any game introduces a card element to it, I just like, I can't stand it. But this is a good gateway card game for me because I don't have to learn a whole new universe of things to figure out, like, how it works. I don't have to figure out, like, Transformers universe bullshit, Star Wars or anything
Yeah.
like that. So for layman people who don't have to, like, oh, that's the Pokemon level of energy and whatever. It's just like, oh, speed. Okay, I understand speed, and strength. I understand strength. So, yeah.
This motherfucker over here just got a rare gold dust in like 4 minutes of playing the game.
No, this is the first card that I got.
What the shit?
But
Got a
also
rare
it's gold dust, which
I
is
don't- I don't
fucking
even
hilarious.
have a rare gold dust.
I thought, doesn't it give you a rare to start the game?
It
No?
does. It
Yeah.
says
Gives you
including a rare to start.
One rare
I don't
to
even
start.
have one of him.
Yeah.
And gold
But
dust.
that's fucking hilarious.
I do,
Is he any
actually.
good?
I have a rare gold dust.
When you first
Well,
saw
he
gold
was,
dust,
I
was
have-
good 20 years ago. Now he's
yeah,
like
I mean,
60.
know-
this fucking card is this
This
card
is to
any
demonstrate.
Card's
This is
all
to
right.
demonstrate how little I know about wrestling. is I wrote Chuck. I'm like, what the fuck is the Darth Maul guy doing in wrestling?
Yeah.
Did he tell you that it's Dusty Rhodes' kid?
Yeah,
One of
eventually I
Dusty
found that
Rhodes'
out.
like
And
900 children.
Apparently, his brother is Stardust.
Yes, now.
But
Or
in the
Cody
game,
Rhodes.
he's Cody Rhodes, and
That's
he's
correct.
got like a weird eye, and he's got a mask sometimes.
Yeah.
And
He was.
Dude, Cody Rhodes is hilarious.
He went through a lot of
Oh,
different
look!
incarnations.
Right,
There you go.
Cody Rhodes. Like, collect the whole set of assholes.
It's a gaggle. I think. Well, all right. So, like, I fired up the My Team thing in NBA 2K14, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Do not want.
Right.
And closed it immediately, and was like, not going back to that. But my knowledge of wrestling pulled me right in.
Yes.
Like, I was like, I know who these guys are.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking Stone Cold and a classic Rock, and you have me.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like only having a few stats helps a lot, and
Yes.
having a small deck
Yes.
helps a lot.
Yes. It's not too it's not so confusing that you can't figure out logically what's happening when it
and
starts.
I've been playing Transformers Legends for a year, and I still don't know what half the shit in that game means at all.
The entire time I played that Transformers game, I was just tapping the screen. I had no knowledge of what I was doing at any time.
Yeah.
This makes sense to me. Like, I can look at my cards and go, I need to play this, and I need to do that, and move this guy, and so it's a time sink, but it's pretty good. You got a chair. Good job.
Yeah, that's
Apparently-
that's
apparently
only
you
a
can-
common chair though.
Yeah.
You need a better-
Apparently, it is a common chair.
Dude, no,
but,
you need a rare chair.
yeah,
a rare
rare
chair
is good.
Rare chair.
but there's this game is so weird already.
Yeah.
I got a ladder.
Yeah, you can use that in a ladder match.
Well, like, surprise, surprise, surprise.
So,
Yep.
And I got a W. I don't know.
Welcome to our world, BJ.
yes.
What-
Enjoy it.
What the
trust
fuck
me.
It's
is
your new
any of
Ingress.
this?
Yeah,
This is
but
the-
but it
This
honestly
is your god now.
that's the thing is it's perfect for like I'm sitting on the toilet. I got like 2 minutes.
It totally is.
I can get like 2 or 3 matches in. Let's do this.
Yeah.
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 I'm stuck in line.
Yeah,
Hey.
I like that better.
Yeah.
There's hey, my wife is picking her pair of shoes for tonight.
I'm stuck in line.
I can get about
in the
30
toilet.
matches in right now.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. It's so that's the thing is it's so quick to get through a thing, and it's not like, oh, you didn't get shit for it.
Yeah.
You always got something.
Yes.
Because even if you got a crap card, you just feed it to Steve Austin and he'll eat it.
Steve will eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. You should
Yeah.
play it. Like BJ here.
Yeah. I also
just-
played,
I don't know what's going on.
you'll figure it out. And they also have like events I'm assuming are tied to the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you had John Cena
one's about to
versus
start.
Brock Lesnar, and they announced that they're doing another one.
I saw that. I got the little notification.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pork
So-
laser, sir.
Yeah, pork laser. I don't know what that means, but I've
We don't
fought
either.
so many guys with the name. I've fought so many CM Punks and so many Bork lasers.
I'm going to Google pork laser and
Yeah.
see if I can
I
figure
don't
out.
know what
your
any
meme.
of that means because I
Okay.
still don't know wrestling very well. But yeah, I also played Swing Copters
What?
from the maker of Flappy Bird.
What's your score?
1.
Yeah.
Swing Copters is hard as fuck.
Yeah, I played about 4 minutes of that, and I'm like, nope, fuck this game forever.
Hard as fuck. And they updated it to make it a little bit easier, and I was like, oh, cool. I can still
it's
only
harder.
get 1. No,
It's-
I,
I
still
think
only
it's
get
harder.
1.
It's fuck that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not like Swing Copters nearly as much as Flappy Bird.
Oh, that guy's going to be disappointed.
I know, he is. I sent him hate mail.
Oh, did you?
And said, how could you do this to me?
Bring back
I
Flappy
was
Bird.
with you the whole time from Flappy Bird, and now look at you.
Son of a bitch.
Look what you've done, you one-hit wonder. Kill yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, I played Swing Copter about 15 seconds, and I was like, I don't even know what touching this does. So I'm done with this now forever.
Good.
Yeah. It
Fabulous.
he made it too hard. Like that's all there is to it. He just made that game too hard. Flappy Bird, to me, controlled exactly how it needed to control. It was hard, but it was not
Made
like
sense.
This one feels so random that you just can't
Yeah,
do anything with it.
I didn't understand what anything touching it did. That's what didn't make any sense.
It just changes your direction. But the problem is, like, you
that
keep
what it
gaining
is?
so much momentum going one left or right that
okay.
it's just
Oh well.
it felt too randomized to me. Like Flappy Bird was always consistent. It's like you're gonna fall at this rate.
Flappy Bird is always there for you.
It was. It was.
Not for me because I didn't get it into.
Oh.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, you.
What's
It's
not
too
there?
bad for you, man.
Yeah, because he pulled it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Death threats and all that.
Yeah.
Like I said, man. So you guys want some emails?
Is it
I would
email
email
I
corner?
would
corner?
love some emails.
Unless you got another mobile thing to discuss.
Nah.
No
No.
Tales of Ingress. No nothing.
Nope. Been playing robot
no,
unicorn
the time
attack.
to discuss any of those things I think is past.
All right, first
Cool
one
things
up
happen.
is from Tommy. Says, I found it. Hello, Talk. Do you remember me? You know where I buy all my necessary meds, including Viag. You know it. With 65% discount. Don't tell anyone. Use this link.
That's
Tommy Russo sent with airmail.
that's
I think that's spam.
yeah. It's well written spam. But
I know. Just fucking with you.
I just fucking with you.
Yeah, just fucking with you. Yeah. All right. Real emails.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
First one up is from Jay from California, who says, How I learned to stop worrying and love the Sega Genesis.
Sure.
Hey, No Quarters crew, Jay from California here, and when I was just a lad, I was forced to make a choice. I could get a Sega Genesis or a Super Nintendo. Back then, I falsely believed that all the Genesis had to offer was sports games and Sonic the Hedgehog, so I picked the Super Nintendo. Fast forward to July of this year when I was out at the Screw Attack Gaming Convention with Josh from Corpus Christi, and I mentioned my plan to own every wrestling game ever to a vendor. Josh pointed out that Super WrestleMania on Genesis was the superior version, and I sighed and said, yeah, but I have a Super Nintendo. Then I thought, wait a minute, I'm a grown-ass adult. I can have a Super Nintendo and a Genesis.
Yep.
When I got home, I bought a Genesis Model 1 from a local game shop and grabbed a few games. The Sega 6-in-1 pack, Rocket Knight Adventures, and Batman. So far, I've been loving my Genesis and love how much cheaper Genesis games are compared to Super Nintendo games. I've expanded my collection and found some great lost gems. I know someone's going to ask, why did you buy a Genesis when the Retron 5 is available? All I have to say is, look at the Genesis. It's a sexy beast. Plus, the Retron
It's an
uses
altered beast.
Yeah.
Plus, the Retron uses an Android emulator, and I want the authentic classic gaming experience, even if I'm playing it on a modern TV.
Cool.
I should note, I have not given up on modern gaming and will return with more one-sentence reviews of upcoming Wii U, PS4, and Xbox One games right after I shove some blue spines up Dr. Robotnik's fat ass. Ghost Ride the Whip, Jay out, sent from my LP of Invisible Touch.
Man, oh man.
Wow.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Get you
It's
some
a good system.
get you
I
some
hope you got a
Eternal
6-button.
Champions.
Sure.
Yeah.
And get you if you can you know what, you don't even need friends. It was the one that they tried to sell the multi-tap, the 4-player thing for it. But General Chaos is fucking awesome.
Yes,
Even
it is.
single player.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. Hopefully he's got 6-button controller, too.
Yes.
They're pretty common.
Yes.
Because that Mortal Kombat version was pretty good.
Yeah, and then you needed that for Eternal Champions, I believe, too.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Next one up is from Brian from Atlanta, who says, Greetings again. Greetings, gents.
Hello.
Thanks for your input on the Season Pass dilemma I had a few episodes ago. I sent this message to Chuck, but I figured I would ask all of you. The Wii U, worth it? Not? Girlfriend and I are looking to pick up an extra system, and she's a Nintendo fan, so we figured, what the fuck, why not? I've seen mixed reviews on it, and I know a few of you guys have it, so I just wanted your current thoughts. Also, I think doing a Metal Gear series playthrough would be a lot of fun. Yes, another website is doing it, but it would be cool to get your opinions on it. So with that said, would you play them in release order or chronological order? Thanks again, Brian from Atlanta. And this was something I mentioned is I want to start streaming something. And I gave a list. I said Metal Gear, Uncharted, God of War, and something else. I can't even remember now. But Uncharted won, but I haven't had time to stream shit. And Chuck and I kind of want to do Metal Gear with Chuck.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, we play it in the same room, kind of.
Hot seat.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause-
just two people in a room talking about it.
Yeah, because that game's insane, you know.
Yeah.
And I have not been watching the series on Giant Bomb because I don't want to spoil myself.
Yeah.
And it's been so
weird that we talked
long.
about it the day before they announced
Yeah,
they were
that
going
was
to do it.
really weird. But
It's one of the 19 times that we share the same brain.
yeah, pretty much. And we would play them in release order.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, chronological order
is
wouldn't make sense
crazy.
because, like, trying to do Metal Gear 3 and then going back and playing 1 would just be like, nope.
Nope.
So, Wii U, you're the only one that has one, Chuck.
I was just going to throw in one more Lost Classic Genesis game that I just thought of.
What
Go
is
ahead.
it?
Skitchin.
Oh, fuck yes, Skitchin. I thought it was a
Skitchin was
PS1
good.
game.
No, that was a Genesis
Was
era
it?
game. Yeah.
Skitchin?
It was like Road Rash era.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Skitchin.
Skitchin.
So, what do you think? Wii U, Chuck? You've been playing it at all?
Here's the thing. If you ask the question, my girlfriend is a Nintendo fan, should we get a Wii U? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to play Nintendo games
I
on?
also say that is a free pass. I would
Pretty much,
I would go
yeah.
with that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
I mean, look, if you
being
want your
endorsed.
Nintendo fix,
yeah.
get a Wii U. And there's games for it.
Yeah. I'm girlfriend and I approve this message.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all
Wait, your girlfriend?
No, I'm just saying like that's
Jesus.
pretty awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently new Mario Kart's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Luigi Death Stare.
So
I mean, all of your favorites are
Yeah,
on
I mean,
the Wii
you know
U.
what you're getting on that system.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, annoying menu music and little handwritten notes that you can't get rid of. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I to me, that's a no-brainer. It's not a terrible system. It's fine. And if you're a Nintendo fan, that is absolutely what you want because
I
they're...
wouldn't have it be the only system you have.
No, but he said they want to pick up another system.
Okay, yeah.
If you want a secondary system, get yourself a Wii.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're still in like PS3 360 era, I wouldn't go with a Wii U. Like,
as your first next gen console.
I mean, like,
no,
get a PS4 first and maybe a Xbox One. But
yeah, I mean, here's the thing: there's no more third-party support on the Wii U. It's all just Nintendo. So
Yeah.
if you want your Nintendo console,
That's where
get
it
yourself a
is. Yes.
Wii U.
and also maybe the last Nintendo console.
Yeah, maybe.
So like I say,
they thing is, they can make those so cheap. Like they still make money selling a console.
Yeah.
So
They're releasing like the 19th version of the 3DS. So
oh god, don't even get me fucking started.
okay,
Games aren't going to be compatible. Ah,
I know.
just stupid. It's
good.
Anyway,
yeah.
next one up is Pierre, who says
Bonjour.
Bonjour. He says story-driven single player.
Yes.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Single player campaigns are becoming shorter and shorter and are basically just becoming a series of set pieces for the most part, and games are becoming more and more focused on multiplayer. Thanks, Call of Duty. What are your favorite story-driven campaigns? For my money, it's the old Ace Combat series, ending up to Ace Combat 6, and to an extent, the Halo series. Except for my toaster oven. Wait, that's the other podcast. Keep up the good work, Pierre.
Mass Effect, Pierre.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I was trying not to throw up in my mouth.
I mean, I'm assuming
mentioned for story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's mostly talking about FPS. It seems like
Well, Ace Combat.
his shooter. Yeah, but
I mean,
he's talking about a lot of
first
shooter
plane
campaigns.
simulator.
well, that's a on rails plane thing, or no, it's not even on rails.
no,
I'm thinking
it's
like
not on rails.
Yeah,
And the most recent Ace Combat game is really dumb in a lot of fun ways.
but that's the one everyone hates, isn't it?
Probably is.
Yeah, probably.
But
If
man,
Chuck loves it, it's probably the one
yeah,
everyone
right.
hates.
it's just terrorist planes show up over Miami, and the Air Force is just like, hey, go deal with that.
Ace.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah, and
America, fuck yeah, all over the place.
true. Well, and I mean, he rags on Call of Duty, but I have fun with those campaigns.
Yeah,
love those campaigns.
And you know what?
COD-
If you're
COD
playing them
4?
on, if you're playing them on normal, it's a good like 4 or 5 hours of just shooting shit and cool things happen, and
Yeah,
you know,
they're action movies.
and if you play them on veteran, they're like a puzzle game practically. Just kind of dumb, but I like them that
Call
way.
of Duty 4 story is fucking awesome, and then the old 1 and 2 is like play your favorite moments from your favorite World War II movies.
Sure.
Here's Saving Private Ryan. Here's
Yeah.
Enemy at the Gates. It's just like
Well, Black Ops, I think, is incredible.
Yes.
Storytelling wise,
Yeah, Black Ops is pretty
it's
good.
really great. And Ghosts is really dumb in the best way. It's fucking Moonraker.
yeah, a little bit,
A little bit.
a little bit.
It's dumb. You're in space.
Yeah,
Shooting guns.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm sure that
I don't know.
is tied a little bit
other
to
ones.
Other, like, first
First-person
person
shooter.
I mean,
yeah, and I mean
I didn't
any
care for
RPG
Wolfenstein, but if you're thinking Halo's great,
Wolfenstein's pretty great.
Yeah.
Single player. But I mean, really, if you haven't played the Mass Effect trilogy, get yourself the Mass Effect trilogy
Yeah,
and then get Dragon.
and I think the Dead Space stuff is pretty damn good
yes.
as far as single player stuff
Yeah, the
goes.
first one's
First one,
really good.
especially.
Yeah, first one is just absolute classic. But I think the second one has merit as well.
Absolutely.
Second one's pretty good. It's just a little more action oriented. And
Yeah.
third one goes a little bit too far to be actiony, but it's still pretty great.
Well, they make it all
And I mean,
co-op.
honestly, story wise, Gears of War kicks Halo's ass. I mean, And
Yeah,
it's coherent.
Yeah.
You only have a couple guys to care about, and they actually talk. Unlike near silent protagonist Master Chief.
Oh.
Yeah.
His voice module wasn't working.
I'm sure.
Low battery.
Oh, thanks, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
We're only speaking radio.
And really, and any RPGs like Fallout games, Oblivion and Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fun to be made in those because the storyline might not necessarily matter as much, but those are just so much fun. From just holy shit, what the hell just happened? Like
Yeah.
how did this happen out here?
Yes.
I don't know, the story. I don't know. The individual smaller stories can be really fun in those.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the best story-based game, Deadly Premonition.
All right, moving on. Next up, we got Corey, who says, "I've started trading in games." Uh-oh. Hey, NQ crew, hope all is well. Recently, I've developed a habit I'm not proud of. I'm trading in games. For some reason, the idea of having a collection of games is no longer appealing. I used to love having a giant shelf of games to show off to my friends, but now all I see is money towards a new game. I'm already planning on trading in Destiny for Alien Isolation simply because I know I will get more value the sooner I trade Destiny in. Have any of you ever had a transition like this and no longer care as much about your collection? Also, Mackie, hopefully you're as psyched about Forza Horizon 2 because I cannot contain myself, and hopefully we can play some tag together. Thanks and keep up the great work, Corey. I am psyched for Forza, and I can't buy it, so...
The only time
Eventually.
I ever try to trade in games is like games that have no replay value. Like, I was going to trade in Wolfenstein, but somebody took it for a while.
Oh, yeah, you should have reminded me about that.
But I mean, like, I was just saying, like, games
your
that,
fault.
like I have no, need to replay ever. Like, why would I keep it?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, like, love it, and, I mean, I have no reason to play Arkham City again, but I did because I love it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it's funny he asks this now because I spent last weekend taking most of my PS1, PS2, Dreamcast, Xbox, and I tried to do GameCube, but putting all of them in a binder and keeping the manuals and throwing out cases.
Wait, throwing them out?
Yeah, I kept the manual and the insert in a shoebox, and I threw out every fucking case I had.
All right.
Oh, he's that guy.
Yeah, I wondered how that was still happening.
It's Captain GameStop.
But I also
but those
found,
are ones that he's never gonna,
Yeah, I mean that's really old ass stuff that all it's doing was taking up boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. I have so much stuff and I have to get rid of it. And I looked and I said, "Hey, I have Eternal Darkness. I can still sell this for money." Mm-hmm. So guess what? Going up on eBay, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, Arc the Lag Collection, all these PS1 things, Xenogears that people want that I'm never going to have the time to play.
Yeah.
Going up. I need to go through this 360 games and go, Wanted, Weapons of Fate. I'll probably get $3 for that, but you know what? I'm never playing it, so off it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting the point that we've reached in society in general, where it used to be, if a dude had a shelf full of games on the wall, you're like, damn, that's awesome. And now it's like, why the fuck do you still have those?
Yep.
Like why? Who needs Fight Night Round 3? Really?
Fight Night Round 3 is pretty good.
Not really.
Fight Night Champion's better.
Yeah, not when Fight Night Champion exists.
That's
you
true.
know.
I will admit that up until the new consoles came out, I had like gone out and bought shelving for my games and like made space for all the new games that I would be getting. And then like within a week of the new consoles, I'm looking at that shelf and I'm just like, fuck all of these things. Like if I can get a cheap digital copy of these, I will buy it and then I will get rid of that disc. I want them all on a hard drive. I would rather just look at the wall.
Yeah, I bought Diablo 3 on like digital because I was like, one, I know I'm just going to hop in and play this. So it like Steam, that's what broke me, honestly, was playing so many games on Steam and just being like, yeah, I'll try this one out. Not in the mood for it. Jump to the next thing. Not in the mood for that either. Jump to the next thing.
Yep.
It was, and then when it, on the Xbox One, it was like, I feel like playing Forza. Dead Rising is in the drive. I have to go find that fucking disc, don't I? And I was like, nope, not playing either of them. I'm just going to crank Steam back up. So, yeah, I've kind of ended up going towards the digital realm and moving giant boxes of old video games that I haven't played in 10 years. That'll change your mind about keeping shit around, for sure. So, yeah, I'm of the opinion now, if you can sell it and get money for it, do it. Because you want to tell yourself that you're going to go back and play that. You're not.
Never.
Eternal Darkness might be the only thing that I'd probably be able to get away with playing because that's not that long a game. But like some of these PS1 RPGs, like all the old Final Fantasies, I mean, Final Fantasy VI is an amazing game. I don't see myself going back and having the time to replay it when I have all, games keep coming out.
Yeah.
There's always something new to be playing that your friends are going to be playing.
Yeah. And even through the gaming drought, there's going to be something that comes up that's going to take up your time. Yeah. It's not like you're just sitting around bored.
Yeah.
I can tell you the last time I sat around bored. And I've got piles of crap that I should be playing, going through, getting rid of, whatever. But it's not like I couldn't tell you the last time in the last 20 minutes, except when like we had a blackout in the city and there was nothing you could do, that I just sat down and was like, I have nothing to do. I'm bored. Mm-hmm. I always have 20 things to do and not enough time to do them. So like during the end of the 360, before like the one was coming out, I was just buying all the cheap games I could because I was like, oh, I'm gonna want to play all these and they're gonna be unavailable. And now I'm just like, I'm never gonna play these.
Yeah.
Like because I finished up Rage, and it was just like, why did I keep that? This game's garbage. What? All these games on my shelf are gonna be garbage now. They're just why?
That's why I've taken to Steam. If I can get it, it's my archive copy.
Yeah.
Because it's digital.
As long as Steam is around,
And unless they set off the EMP or something, it's going to be fine.
And I have a feeling, I mean, Valve is one of those companies. If some reason Steam ever started to shut down, I'm pretty sure they'd unlock the games for you.
Yeah, they would.
I mean, there's just too many people with too much money invested that those people would be hunted down and murdered. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken Levine couldn't hide anywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, unless it's like truly one of those games that you just love to the bottom of your heart, like me, like I'll never sell my copy of Arkham Asylum. Even though I have a PC copy, I'll always have that 360 copy. Just because there's something about it to me that I want to hang on to. And, otherwise, I have no reason to keep 3/4 of the games that I own on 360 or any other system.
I'm just kind of... I already have them. I don't want to get rid of them. It's that weird, like, I am still amazed that I have video games sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just I have all these discs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also not obsessive like the rest of us, where it's we have hundreds of games. And it's like, for us, the opportunity cost of playing them has tipped too far to, like, if I played every one of these for the rest of my life, I might die.
You would never play
finishing all of them.
You would never play a video game released within the last 5 years if you did that.
Like there's even if I quit my job right now and just said video games, I'd probably get through like 30. Yeah. Like legitimately, like I'd get lost in Fallout New Vegas and just play that for 200 hours.
Yep.
So yeah, if you can get money for it, get rid of it. And you know what? Because you'll be able to find it someday later on.
Or not, but you won't care.
Yeah.
It won't.
But you won't care because you'll have plenty of other games to play anyway.
To be honest, later on, it probably won't make you that happy to find that game again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
But really, do what you want. What makes you happy?
Yeah, do that. Don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
But if you're moving, sell them games.
Sell those.
Sell them games before you move.
Yeah.
Because those boxes get heavy. Let me tell you, brother.
Brother.
Yeah, brother. So, I guess that's our episode, isn't it?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, so quick contact stuff. NoQuarters.net. Check it out. We have a Steam group. Join it. Look for No Quarters. We have a curated list that we've been messing with because curation is the new black or whatever. I don't know. But
yeah,
all the cool kids are doing it, so we did it. And
curation is jerking.
If you want to... yeah, it's jerking. If you want to read us saying pithy things about games we like...
Yeah.
Because they only give you like 120 characters, I think, to say it. That join our Steam group, check out our curation page. We'll probably put the link on the front page of NoQuarters.net. But everywhere else, you know where to find us. Thanks for listening. I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Harlow.
And it's No Quarters out. See you next month. Maybe.
Motherfucking video game podcast.
So you want the explanation of Bork Laser?
I do, please. Yes. The origins of Bork Laser.
So apparently YouTube was trying to pull down videos that said Brock Lesnar.
That's right.
And so people were like renaming them to Bork Laser.
Okay. All right. I remember
that would explain
now.
all those highlights.
So yes, there's videos like Bork Laser versus CM Pepsi.
Okay. This makes sense now. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in.
I get it.
All right.
I vaguely remember hearing this because I was like, why are these videos titled?
Whose turn is it to do the thing?
I did it last month or 2 months ago.
I did
or
last month.
BJ can do it.
Mine
he
was
done it.
Yeah, BJ hasn't been here for 7 fucking months.
Mine was
BJ's
the
turn.
perfectly timed. You didn't have to.
Oh, that's
trim
true.
It.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, very good.
Professional.
Good memory.
Yeah.
Say words, BJ. Into a microphone.
I still like the weird like Jurassic Park intro one. That's my favorite.
So dumb.
I know it's so dumb.
What was that? Welcome to No Quarters.
I don't even know why that started.
No quarters.
Just took like a
Park
bunch
is
of random
right-
clips from our preamble. This week on No Quarters.
I don't know why. I fucking love that one. It's so
So what is it? This week on No Quarters we discuss.
It's all the D's.
It's our destiny to
Put some D's on this bitch.
Or no, we've already done It's Our Destiny.
Put your D's on the glass.
Put your D's in
On
your
the cast.
Whip out your
This-
D's.
This week on No Quarters, put your D's on the cast with Destiny, Diablo, Dance Central, D4, and everything else. I don't know why I did that in like default announcer voice, but
That's groove.
not. I didn't do it in like my normal voice, just like my regular me voice. I did it sort of by
However
default.
you want to
in
do it.
my-
You want one more take?
One more take.
I'm gonna go again.
It's your life.
This week on No Quarters, it's
This month.
Never gonna do it as well.
Month. We do these once every 2 months. This time.
fuck this thing. Fuck everything.
Zapadu.
It's I'm in the wrong seat.
Zapatoba.
I'm gonna drink your drink.
Drink my milkshake.
Drink it up.
This episode of No Quarters, it's time to put your D's on the cast with Destiny, Diablo, Dance Central, D4, and all the rest.
You broke Chuck. You always break Chuck.
Yeah.
With D's on the gas. There's like twice in there where your brain melted. It was games.
all the D's.
I know.
I gotta put the D's on it.
My batteries are going dead.
You should replace.
Beating the hell out of your mouse isn't going
helps.
to make your
It sometimes
batteries
helps.
Did you know that hitting batteries doesn't make them work?
Put your mouse in the freezer.
I don't think you're telling me the truth.
Know how batteries work.
Yes. Blow on your batteries, everybody.
Blow on the.
It's
blow
wind. It's solar powered, right?
Yeah, bork on the laser and it'll work. Bork, 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 bork. I am dead. Done.
I can't end the
Done
live
with
stream
this
because I
show.
can't click on anything right now.
Oh,
Seriously?
Jesus.
Yeah, seriously.
Pull the plug.
I'm gonna go get
No! We have to stay here forever.
Pull the plug.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this stupid super card game.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
I don't know what
It
to
doesn't
do.
matter.
Like, I don't know how
All
to
right.
swap dudes out. Like,
All
I
right.
know how to swap dudes out, but I don't know what I'm doing with like training guys.
All right.
I put a card into another
Yeah.
card or something.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Well, look at your guys. Up here, go filter by, and go to until it says. See, that's going to be all your dudes. But what you want to do,
Right.
you want to filter by.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, these are the. I don't have any of those either. You want to do filter by combinable. You don't have anybody that can be combined
Okay.
yet. Because you'll want to combine them before you feed them to somebody. But like him, yeah, you definitely want to feed him right now. These two guys,
Okay.
just feed those two.
Feed everybody else to them.
Everybody. All
So
the
I just
grays.
take like my top.
Okay.
Feed all the
Bye,
grays
everybody.
To them. Yeah.
What
Bye,
if I run out of